Alright. Okay, how's it going, YouTube? I'm back. I've got to catch up on a bunch of stuff, so this video is not going to be very long. And we got a lot to talk about, but I've also got another DSP video for you guys. Oh, I want to thank you, guys, very much. And you seem to really like the last video I put out, so I'm probably going to be doing more videos on that in the future. And content-wise like that. And I'm thinking about doing more DSP again in the future. And everything. I just want to thank you guys very much. I don't do this that often, but I wanted to say thank you guys very much for your support and for the channel and what you do for me. I put a lot of hours and time into what I do to make the videos I make, and I put a lot of time into making the stuff I make. I spend a lot of time on these, so I appreciate the support and what you guys do for me and the channel, and the viewers and the people that support my content. It's not easy right now with other stuff. I'm going through a lot of stuff in my life, but it's very difficult, and I'm going through a lot. It's been a process for me trying to deal with all this stuff lately. But I want to thank you guys a lot for what you do for me, the channel, the content, and everything. And I'll put a lot of time into what I do, so I appreciate the support, what y'all do for me. And a lot of hours. I put a lot of time, hours, and energy into making these, into making them really good, into putting all this out there, including the news, what's going on in the Middle East and Israel. And I put a lot of time and research into what I do, so I appreciate that. And you guys are awesome. I've got a great supporter base of people that watch me and appreciate it. Like I said, I lost my channel. I had it for 3 years, and I had to start over, and I had to rebuild. But I've got a pretty good amount of supporters in trying to rework on this channel. So I've had to start over from scratch, unfortunately, because I got my channel taken down due to copyright strikes. And I've had to redo this, and the channel has been on a slow growth, but it's getting there. You know, it's working itself out. My numbers have gone up. I appreciate that, and I've seen the analytics and chart has skyrocketed up in October, so I appreciate that a lot. And skyrocketed up the last 2 months in October and November. So I appreciate that, and you guys are awesome, and thank you for the support. And I really love what I do, and I like making what I make, and I enjoy it, and I put so much time and hours into what I do, which is why I don't have time to make anything else. I'm very busy. I've got a lot of other stuff to do, and my life has kind of been difficult lately. I've been battling anxiety and depression. I've been going through a lot of hard stuff, and things have not been easy. And my upload schedule has kind of been off, and I've got to fix that. And I've got to work on that, and I've got to get back to making a regular schedule. And I just don't upload daily like I used to, and maybe upload one video per day now. And I used to upload more often, more videos, but I've been very busy, and like I said, I have other stuff to do. And I'm also working on trying to get my certification in computers, so there's a lot of that too. I was very busy yesterday. I'm sorry that I probably would have done more, but I was very busy yesterday, and by the time I got off, I was very tired. I just passed out in bed because I was up recording for 9 hours. I recorded a 9-hour video from like 12 a.m. to like 10 in the morning. So I was up working on that. Had to get my CompTIA stuff fixed so I could study. And we just had a bunch of problems yesterday too, so there was a lot of stuff going on. So I didn't get around to doing that. And also, there was people here yesterday, so like I was very busy. And Thanksgiving holidays are coming up too, and I'm gonna be kind of busy there too. I'm gonna be out of town on the 27th, like I said. I'm not gonna be here, so and I won't be uploading until I probably get back the following night or day, probably. I don't know, something like that. Probably we'll talk about Black Friday stuff and go over things like that probably coming up, because I'm going to try to go looking for Battlefield 6 or something like that. I'm going to try to get some good deals on some games and stuff and things, because there are some titles I want to play and some other stuff. So I've been looking at X, and there's a lot of good Black Friday deals and a lot of other stuff, and there's a lot of news to cover too that I was looking at yesterday that I wanted to talk about, because I was trying thank you guys so much. There's apparently a 99-cent sale for Capcom Classics on Nintendo Switch eShop. And stuff. If you guys want to follow me on X, I have a new account. I created a new account a couple of months ago after I got suspended with my old one. And you can follow me on X. That's mainly where I stay or do things mainly now. I'm mostly just on X mostly, and that's where I post and put stuff up. So that's where I kind of am mainly. Mainly every now and then I get on Instagram. I don't use it as much as I used to anymore, and I was watching Rumble the other day. Oh yeah, I didn't know this, but I'm thinking about downloading this game. They are redoing Time Splitters from the classic Time Splitters games from the PlayStation 2 era, Xbox and the GameCube era, from the 2000s. It's a fan-made project. It's called Time Splitters Rewind. It released a couple of days ago, and you can download it, and they are currently bringing back the old Time Splitters series. So the developers are currently working on a modern HD remake or HD version of Time Splitters. And you can play the first one, and if you complete the first one, it had the second one. But they currently don't have 3, or they don't have Future Perfect, which is pretty cool. But I looked at this, and I am thinking about downloading this. I don't know if it's a mod or an HD texture reimagined HD texture version, or if it is a full-on game, a full-on demo or version that you can download and try out yourself. But it is a fan-made project by a lot of developers that like Time Splitters. These are very passionate people, and they are bringing back this series, which I am very happy about, because I, as a big fan of Time Splitters when I was younger, and it was part of my childhood, and I grew up with these games, and was a huge fan of them. I own the original 2 Time Splitters. I own Future Perfect, and I own Time Splitters 2. I have the original. I have both games. And I have all 3 Time Splitters games on PlayStation Premium. I have 1, 2, and 3, or 1, 2, and Future Perfect, all on Premium. So it's pretty cool. They're bringing back like an HD version of Time Splitters Rewind. It's really cool. It's a lot in the works. I've also heard that they're redoing Gauntlet Legends. They're they're making a there's another fan made project where they are making on and they are working on a remaster for Gauntlet Legends currently at the moment. It's a Discord group who is building an HD version of Gauntlet Legends, or Gauntlet Dark Legacy. They're bringing back these. So you have two developers. I mean, you have two groups of people that are very passionate about bringing back these old classic titles, which I'm happy about because because we haven't seen Time Splitters in years since EA stopped making these games, and they haven't been around since Future Perfect. So, like maybe the next thing you know, we might see Mercenaries be brought back. We might see the Mercenary series be brought back in HD, which I've been playing again. But yeah, as a gamer and a person who loves old retro classics and is a big fan of these games and grew up with them from like the 2000s era, and love these games, I'm very happy to see this come back, and I hope it is successful. And they can go on to do more in the future. They can go on to do maybe 3 and Future Perfect with these, and what they're doing. But, yeah, a lot of people are talking about this topic. It's huge, and it's going around the internet. It's very trendy. It was a big thing yesterday. It's all over Twitter. It's all over X. They're bringing back the classic experience of Time Splitters, of the Time Splitters series. Mainly the first one, maybe the first two, which is like a remaster or a remade version in HD, or like a more smoother version, with modern graphics, which it looks good. It looks good from what I watched. And the gun sounds are fantastic. They did a great job with the gun sounds. The gun sounds are so much more improved compared to the original. So, but, yeah, I might be playing that game in the future, to let you guys know. I might be giving my own thoughts and ideas or a review on that game. But yeah, I was just going through X yesterday, and I happened to come across this person's page about Time Splitters Rerun. I never knew it existed. I never heard of it until now. But that's pretty cool, man. That's really cool. I think I was looking at older games because I've been really interested in playing older games and watching a lot of nostalgic stuff, and I've been watching a lot of channels that have been covering a lot of retro stuff and PlayStation 3, PS2, old consoles, stuff like that. And I came across it. It's really cool, but it is. It's pretty interesting. Looks awesome. I hope they do more with it. But right now, the version they're working on is pretty good. I hope that they will be able to complete it and finish it, and it will be a new game project, and everything. I'm guessing it's probably like a Patreon thing or a GoFundMe thing. I'm not sure, but yeah, man, I'm happy to see they're bringing back a lot of these old school games that I grew up with and was fans of, and we're seeing them return. Including with Capcom, Resident Evil, and Dead Rising, and all sorts of stuff like that. I mean, I'm glad to see that there are still passionate people out there that are working on trying to bring back these old school games. So that's nice. Because I grew up with Time Splitters. I love the series. I love Future Perfect a lot. Future Perfect is my favorite Time Splitters game, and in that game you could create your own map or your own levels. Anyway, it was ahead of its time. It really was. And I'm happy to see it come back. But yeah, they're working on Time Splitters Rewind, which is a really cool game type thing they're working on, and I'm really happy to see it come back. And I really am, I haven't seen that series in years. like I said, if we get this, maybe we'll get future old classics come back from these people, that will remake these games. That we'll see maybe a reimagined version in HD. Like maybe we'll see Mercenaries, maybe we'll see other titles, but Time Splitters is like, it's great. Like it's nice to see that come back. And you have some of the returning characters. You have Cortez. You have a lot of other characters from the series. I mean, it's nice to see it come back. A lot of people said that the characters have come back and reprised their roles as the original characters. Some of the original voice actors came back to record these lines for the game. And Cortez from Time Splitters, their voice actor has returned to do his voice, so that's pretty cool. And so they're doing a lot of work with this game. And from what I've seen, it is pretty cool. It is pretty cool. And gone are like the crappy load times. It loads a lot quicker. They've made a lot of changes. So there's been a lot of quality life improvements to Time Splitters, which is nice. It's been needing an overhaul for years because it's so old. But yeah, it's just, it's nice. Nice to see stuff like that come back. I mean, we're getting SpongeBob coming back. We're getting Time Splitters coming back. We're getting Dead Rising coming back. I mean, we're getting a lot of old school classics coming back. It's nice. Like I like that. It's gonna be a good year for gaming in 2026 too. We got a lot of great games coming out. We really do. We got another Lego Batman. We got another Lego Batman game coming out in 2026, which is pretty cool. It's just nice to see that return. We got another Batman Lego game. So it's just it's cool to see these come back. Especially growing up with this stuff, and the Marvel games, we got a lot of the Marvel games returning with Marvel's Wolverine. I mean, it's just 2026 is going to be a good year for gaming, like especially with GTA 6 coming out. I mean, that doesn't come out till November, but yeah, I mean, it's nice to see these return. There's also been rumors about Resident Evil. There's more Resident Evil remakes coming back, Code Veronica and something else by 2027. Capcom has said that they're going to remake Code Veronica and something else. So we're seeing a lot of these old school classics return, like especially the Resident Evil series, which was like around in the 90s, 2000s, like the old school. Like Resident Evil's been around like since like 1990s, 2000s. So like it's just so pretty cool. I mean, and it's going to be interesting to see like how you can like play all these games in 2026. Anyway, I mean, it's just like it's going to be a really good year for gaming because we got two really powerful consoles coming out, and it's going to cause Sony and PlayStation to up their game and to do something better with the PS6, and it's going to cause a lot of competition to improve and make things better. So I think 2026 is going to be really good for gaming in the coming years. So like it's just, I believe that we're looking good for the coming years, I mean, in a lot of stuff, but yeah, Time Splitters Rewind looks really cool. I don't know where you find it, but I'm really interested in finding out how to download it to see how it is for myself. But from what I watched from footage from other people, the game looks pretty cool. It's they did a good job with it for what they're working on it so far. I mean, it looks 10 times improved from the original. I mean, I think Time Splitters, I think the first one came out in like 2000, so like it's pretty old, man. So it's nice, and We got Power Stone. We have Power Stone returning too, and Capcom Fighting Collection too. You know, we got the original Power Stones coming back. I mean, it's like it's nice. You got some developers that are still interested in keeping the classics alive in the old school stuff. They're still interested in keeping all the old school classics and stuff alive. You know, with their games, you know, and I like that because you don't see that very often anymore. They're focusing more on modern games they focus on more on modern titles with like graphics and all this stuff, and they're not really interested in like trying to keep the legacy of a lot of old school stuff alive. And you know, I think that's nice, you know, with stuff like that. So you have Telltale Games bringing back the old school choice-based games that they used to make like a couple of years ago. You have I think they're like LCG Entertainment now. LCG Entertainment reviving the old Telltale franchise to bring it back after the original company went bankrupt, and bringing back some of those titles. Like where they did like Walking Dead, they did Back to the Future, they did they did the Batman franchise, The Enemy Within, the Batman Telltale series. What else am I trying to think of? You know, and a lot of those titles. You have Square Enix still making the Stranger Things game. Not Stranger Things. You have Square Enix still making Life is Strange games, which I didn't play the. I didn't play the new one. I haven't played the series past True Colors. But yeah, I mean, it's just it depends. But yeah, I'm a big fan of those games, those old school games like that, and the Telltale titles. They made Dispatch, which Dispatch is supposed to be Dispatch is supposed to be a really good game, and it's like a superhero game. And it's been so well received and done so well that they're thinking about making a season 2, which is nice. But they said it did really well. People really like Dispatch. It's a really good game. So I want to play it, but I don't think it's on PlayStation Premium or PlayStation Plus list of games. So, but yeah, man, gaming's going to be really good in the next 2 years. I mean, you've got Microsoft with the new Xbox, you got Steam you got Valve with the new Steam hybrid machine coming out. That thing's going to be huge. It's gonna be very interesting to see how it works. It's gonna sell really well because it's like a PC in a console form that you can just play all your games on, including Steam games and other stuff. And it's basically like a compact PC in a box, you know, that you can do whatever you want with, including emulators. I mean, it's very interesting idea what they're doing with it, and it's very powerful compared to the Xbox. And you can play it on your monitor or TV, like a console, and it's pretty cool. It like kind of reminds me of like a Nintendo Switch in dock mode. But yeah, it's like really cool. But I think that we're going to see some very interesting things with the next console race. With Xbox and with Valve and with Valve and Microsoft, we're going to see some very interesting things by 2026 to see which one of these two come out on top, because they're both using Steam. They're both trying to get into the PC market. They're both in the PC market now. They both have free online now, and they both are running on SteamOS. So it makes very interesting competition. And they both pretty much will have their games on all platforms. Well, actually, anyway, no, my bad. I'm sorry. But they both will be able to play all the games that you want to play, including Xbox Cloud games and stuff like that. It's kind of like the Xbox ROG Ally X. Xbox. It has a weird ass name. Xbox ROG Ally X. I think is what it's called. I think that's what it's called. Anyway, but yeah, I mean, it's gonna be huge. I don't expect to see the PlayStation 6 till 2029 or 2030, maybe at least, because Sony's still in their life. Sony's still in the middle of their life cycle. They're saying, and they still got more to go with the system. So even though they're gonna phase out the PlayStation 4 titles by 2026, but I really do think, from what I see, we're gonna see some very interesting competition from Microsoft and Valve next year, because you have the next Xbox console, and then you have what looks like Valve has this compact cube PC that looks like a hybrid. It's like a hybrid console slash PC cube, kind of like the GameCube, and this like hybrid system, kind of like where you can like hook it up to a TV like the Switch or other systems that will be able to work as a PC but play all the games you want, including emulation, and you can do whatever you want with this thing, or do a lot with it, and you can play any title, including Steam games, which is it's gonna be big. I don't know if it's going to have enough power to emulate a lot of games, but we'll see. It'll be very interesting. They say it's like 10 times more powerful than a Steam Deck. So people are calling this like the Gabe Cube, because Gabe Newell, he owns a Valve, and so it's like, okay, the Gabe Cube. So it's like a cube. I mean, to me, it's not a very pretty design. It's a very ugly design, personally, the way it looks. The way they made this thing, I don't really like the design of the system, but I don't know. It's not really about how it looks, it's about how it runs, and we'll see. I'm interested to see how it's going to be when it comes out. It's going to be interesting to see how it's going to run and work when it comes out. I mean, we won't know that till 2026, but it's going to be interesting to see how these two compete. Because right now, I think Sony's out of the race when it comes to consoles. We're not going to see a PS6 for a long time, but Microsoft and Valve, they're going to be going at each other head-to-head next year. See which ones are going to come to right. Which one sells better and is more powerful and works better. It's going to be interesting to see if the new Steam hybrid console machine that Valve made is going to outsell the next Xbox, or do better than it, or maybe it will outdo it and it won't sell as well. Maybe it possibly might outbeat the next Xbox system, the next Xbox console, where Microsoft is considering diving into PC gaming and making their system more like a PC with free online and SteamOS than anything else. So it's going to be interesting to see how those two compete. And I really do believe that there's a possibility that the Valve Steam hybrid console will outsell the Xbox and do better than it. I think it actually will sell more units. I think it will actually outdo it. I think it will outbeat it with how more powerful it is. Considering what the next price of what the price of the next Xbox is. Because if you look at it, I think the price is going to be the big problem with the next. The price is going to be the big issue with the price is going to be the major issue with this Valve console, because they're saying it's going to be more like a PC than a console, and it's going to be PC pricing. So they're saying it's going to be like $700 to $750. Meanwhile, maybe Microsoft might have like a $700 or $600 console that's cheaper, and people might buy that. And, like I said, the price is what might do Valve in, because the original Index when it released, the Valve Index when it released a couple of years ago, released years ago, it was like $1,000, and nobody could afford that, so it wasn't cheap. So Valve's hardware has always been pretty expensive because it's a lot more powerful than most consoles or say Microsoft's next Xbox. Valve has a lot of powerful. They have a lot of powerful specs in their system. The Steam Deck is still pretty powerful, even though it's kind of outdated due to more modern handhelds or modern systems, more modern, more modern PC handhelds. Is what I'm trying to say. It's outdated now to more modern PC handhelds like the Xbox ROG Ally X and the Legion Go and and certain things like that, but it's still pretty powerful. The Steam Deck is still pretty powerful, and it runs really well, and it's very accessible with SteamOS. And honestly, the way Valve made the Steam Deck, it's very easily accessible to gamers, and you can do whatever you want with it because it's like an open PC platform, open modern PC handheld platform. But they made it in a way that's really that works really well for your average gamer, for the gamer and the person that wants to customize their experience. Meanwhile, not making it too difficult like Windows. But it's the Steam Deck is still a very good thing to have because it's easily. They made it in a way that no other gaming company has done, and they did it really well. Valve has pretty much perfected the way that you make a UI for a handheld or modern gaming platform. They've done it really well. And the Steam Deck was really well done, and it's still really good to this day. It still works really well. I wouldn't be surprised if people still buy Steam Decks on Black Friday, considering they are still very useful, and the specs might be outdated due to by a couple of years due to more other modern hardware, but I think it's to me, I think the Steam Deck is still a very useful thing to use, and it was $400 when it released for the LCD, and I think it was something. I think it was more expensive for the OLED, but yeah, when you look at it, Valve's always had more expensive specs and equipment in their PC or in their their equipment or their technology they built more than say a console like a PlayStation or an Xbox. Valve has always had more expensive specs and equipment in their stuff, so their stuff has been a little bit more expensive. So, because Gabe Newell and Valve have always been ahead of the curve when it comes to technology and certain things on PC, especially compared to consoles. So you have to look at they've always had more powerful stuff than consoles. Say the Index, the new Steam controller, the new Steam Cube. The Steam Deck was very powerful when it came out, and it was way ahead of its time when it released at the time. But now it's kind of outdated compared to other systems, but it's still really good. But that thing was not cheap when it came out in 2022 or 2023. But when you look at it, the system did really well. It sold really well, and it sold so well that so many people bought the Steam Deck that it crashed the website. It crashed Steam when people bought it. So many people bought Steam Decks, or pre-order Steam Decks, or have bought Steam Decks on release day, or so many people bought those things that it crashed the website. I remember it crashing the website when people bought those things because they were so big. But it was very powerful, and it worked really well for when it was released. And there was some pretty expensive specs in the Steam Deck compared to other modern handhelds, and even say like a PlayStation Portal or a Nintendo Switch or Nintendo Switch OLED. So like, but before they released the Nintendo Switch 2, of course, which one thing that the Steam Deck doesn't have is it doesn't have 120 hertz, it doesn't have HDR, and it doesn't have that screen compared to that. But you do have the OLED. You do have the OLED Steam Deck, which technically outbeats the Switch when it comes to like screen capabilities and sharpness and colors. So, but yeah, you don't get that 120 hertz with HDR support like you do with the Switch 2 with say like a Steam Deck LCD or an OLED. I think you only get like 60 hertz for a 60 hertz display for LCD, and I think anyway, it's a little outdated compared to like say like a newer system, because the Nintendo Switch 2 is fairly new and it just released this year, and it's only been out for a couple of months, so it's fairly new. It's fairly new, and it's out there. It's being pretty powerful or working pretty well. But if you look at the Xbox ROG Ally X, that thing destroys the Nintendo Switch 2 because it's way, way more powerful and stronger and way better when it comes to graphics and specs and technology than the Switch 2. The ROG Ally X pretty much is the go-to modern gaming handheld right now on the market to get. That thing is very powerful, and it runs things really well, and it can run Steam games, it can run Xbox Game Pass games, and it can run Xbox Cloud games. So it can run all your games on one single system with Windows, and it's very powerful. But it's like, I think that system is like actually, I forgot the price of what the ROG Ally X was. Let me ask. How much is the ROG Ally X?
The ROG Ally X is priced at around $1,000.
Yeah, so it's $1,000. So it's very, very similar to say a Valve Index when it came out a couple of years ago. So when you look at it, that thing is so powerful that it will destroy pretty much a PlayStation Portal and a Nintendo Switch 2. I think that the Xbox Ally X and the Steam Deck actually are on par with each other for hardware and specs. I think they're both pretty powerful. I think they both actually compete with each other. So I'd say the best handhelds, like, I mean, this is my opinion, and I know I'm getting on a rant here when it comes to it, right? And I don't like to do this because I used to rant all the time on my channel, and I stopped doing that. But I think the best handheld on the market, in my opinion, like, if you're going to, say, get something on Black Friday, the best two handhelds to get are the Xbox Ally the Xbox Rogue. It's hard to say. Yeah, Microsoft has weird names for their systems. Like, you had the Xbox One, you had the 360, then you had the Xbox One, then you had the Xbox One X, then you had the Xbox One S, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S, and now the Xbox Ally X, which is hard to remember sometimes. I just wish that Microsoft would stick with simple names like PlayStation, where it's like they have the PlayStation 1, the PS2, the PS3, the PS4, PlayStation 5, and now they have the PS6. I mean, just stick with regular numbers. Seriously. I mean, it's simple. Just go in order of the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've never understood Microsoft's branding system when it comes to their systems. It's confusing. Anyway, and Nintendo, just do what Nintendo and Sony do. Like, do the Nintendo Switch, then you have the Nintendo Switch OLED, then you have the Nintendo Switch 2. It makes a lot of sense. You know, and everything. It's just, it makes a lot of sense. It just does. Anyway, I say the best handhelds to get for Black Friday on the market. Probably for the price is the Steam Deck or the Xbox Ally X, because those are pretty powerful and they're pretty good systems to get. But I mean, if you can afford it, the Legion Go, the Legion Go S something thing I heard is probably the best one. It's probably the best price handheld to get right now. That thing runs at 144 hertz. That thing supports 144 hertz display, which is really good. But I think it's like the Legion Go. Let me look that up real quick a minute. Legion Go 2. Legion Go 2 or Legion Go S, I think is what it's called. Yeah, the Legion Go 2. That thing is a very good system, I've heard. And it's or the Lenovo Legion Go 2. This thing is a very good screen, runs at 144 hertz, and this is a very good system to use. I was watching Linus Tech Tips, and I was watching him go over like all the recent handhelds, and he was talking about them on a video, and it was him and his son, and he was introducing all these handhelds to his son and letting him pick which one he wanted for his birthday, besides the Nintendo Switch 2. So there was something there, you know. But yeah, I've heard this thing is really good, the Lenovo Legion Go 2, but it's not cheap. Yeah, it's like $1,350. So, but anyway, I don't know. I mean, you have the PS Portal, you have the Steam Deck, you have the Xbox Ally X, and you have the Legion Go, which I think are the best ones. But yeah, man, I'm probably gonna try to get on these Black Friday deals and see what's going on with them, and let you guys know what's going on. And I'll probably talk more about that probably after Thanksgiving, and we'll discuss that. We'll discuss that and what's happening. But yeah, I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about Time Splitters Rewind. That game looks cool, man. I don't know if it's like a mod or it's emulation. Like you can add that through emulation, or if it's a full on completely remade project. But to me it looks like it's a fan made project that they're working on to reestablish Time Splitters, which is pretty cool. It's looking like they're redoing Time Splitters from the ground up. It looks like an HD reimagined version of Time Splitters in HD. I mean, it looks really cool. I'm really looking forward to it. It looks awesome. So like, it looks dope. I mean, I'm just like, I think it's really cool. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm looking forward to getting on that, and but I really do think the Steam hybrid machine that Valve is working on, it's going to be good, but the price is what's going to kill it. They're saying it's going to be upwards to $700 to $750.
maybe even 800. And people are saying they're only really gonna. I mean, there was a poll. There was a poll that was put out for it. People said they're only gonna pay like 500 for that thing, and I don't blame them. That thing is not as powerful as people make it out to be, but it's gonna be good. But I don't know if it will. I don't know how. I don't know if it's gonna sell as well as Xbox because that system will be cheaper. So I mean, it depends. But when you look at it, that Cube, that Valve Cube console or hybrid thingy, it's going to be interesting to see what they're going to do with it. But am I saying it's going to sell? Well, I don't know. I mean, it's interested to know. I'm interested to know how it will go. I mean, when it comes down to it, because when you look at it, it doesn't look to me like it's going to do well. It might be dead on the launch. It might be dead on arrival. It might not do well when it comes out. Until they drop the price, people aren't going to buy that thing, I don't think. And I could be wrong. It could sell a ton of units and outdo the Steam Deck. Possibly. But I don't know. I mean, let's see. It's going to be very interesting to see how that thing works. In a sense. But, I mean, what do I know? I don't really know, I mean, Steam products have sold pretty well before. I mean, the Index sold pretty well after a couple of years. It didn't sell well when it first came out because it only came with like one game, and that was Half-Life Alyx. So, and I have heard a rumor going around too that apparently there's going to be a Half-Life 3. There's been talks about a Half-Life 3 in the works with Valve, so that would be really cool, because we haven't seen a Half-Life game since 2, and Alyx was VR, so it would be really cool to see a third one, because if we're getting new Valve tech, we might be getting a new Valve game in the future, which would be really cool to see a Half-Life 3. So, it would be nice, but I don't know. It's interesting to see how Microsoft and Valve will compete in 2026. And I think that everything about the Steam hybrid machine that Valve is working on, it's going to be good and it's going to work really well. But the price is what's going to do it in. And it's going to cause a problem because they're saying it's going to be upwards to $700 to $750. Your average price of a gaming PC. Or your average price of maybe a medium to low spec gaming PC, maybe in the middle, like a middle average spec computer, there when it comes to it, right, and stuff. So yeah, it's like in the middle. It's like a middle or like in the middle average gaming computer for $700 to $750 for that Cube console hybrid system that they've made that's coming out next year. So the price is what's going to kill it, Meanwhile, you might have Microsoft. The PS5 Pro is $700. Like, let me think. The PlayStation 5 Pro was $700 when it launched last year. So I'm thinking the next Xbox, because it's going to be a console with PC features, it's going to be like $700 to $600, maybe to $700, maybe $800 possibly with that. And with the tariffs going, with all the tariffs happening with everything, it's going to be even more expensive. The tariffs are going to cause it to go up. So with the tariffs going around, the tariffs are going to be a factor in it. With the tariffs going around, this next Xbox is going to be more expensive. So I'm saying I'm betting around $700 to $800 for the next Xbox, because we had the PS5 Pro for $700 and it didn't come without a. We had the PS5 Pro for $700 and it came without a disc drive. So I don't know if the next Xbox is going to be a digital system without a disc drive, or it's going to have a disc drive. But I say if it doesn't have a disc drive, it's going to be over $700 to $800. and Microsoft might release, two different editions like the PS5. You might have like the digital and the physical version, like you did with the PS5. So one might be more expensive while the other one might be cheaper. Say like the disc one's cheaper. Say like that's like $600, and then the digital's $700. Digital's cheaper, so you would have like digital's way cheaper than physical. So without the disk drive, it would be $600, and then with the disk drive, it would be $700. So something like that. Maybe 800 for disc, 700 for digital. So I'm not saying, but something like that. But I don't know. I think we're gonna see the next Xbox and Valve. We're gonna see the next Xbox console and Valve with their new Steam console come out next year. We're gonna see these two come out with their new systems next year, and we're not gonna see Sony do anything till at least 3 or 4 more years. So, because they still got a lot of stuff in the works that they're making. So, you're mainly going to have the Nintendo Switch 2. You're going to have the next Xbox, which we don't know what that is. Right now it's called Xbox Magnus. And you have the Valve hybrid Steam console, which is coming out in 2026. Plus you have the new headset. Well, Valve actually has like a bunch of new stuff coming out. They have the Steam Cube. I'll call it the Steam Cube. The Steam Cube hybrid console thingy, whatever it is, that's what it looks like to me. Or the Gabe Cube. People call it the Gabe Cube. And everything. You have a new VR headset coming out from Valve, and you have that new Steam controller. So, I don't know. This thing's going to be interesting to see what's going to happen with it when it comes out in 2026 when it launches. They don't have a release date for it yet, as far as I know of. They haven't said when they're going to release They haven't said when it will release. Let me look. Hold on. Steam. Actually, I can just go on their website. Hold on, let me see. The store. Oh, cool. They got a sale going on through December 1st for Black Friday for all week for Steam sales. All right, I'll have to jump on that. Hardware. New Steam hardware. Okay, let's see. No, it doesn't give a release date. It says early 2026. It doesn't give a release date. It just says coming 2026. The Steam frame, the Steam machine, the Steam controller, and the Steam Deck all together. So, what it says about this is it says, we may be new, but it's like we've known our whole lives. All Steam hardware works great together, whether they're streaming or playing games across devices, including Steam Deck. And because Valve remains committed to an open PC ecosystem, we also play well with others, as in your other devices. All of hardware is Steam first and built to work seamlessly with Steam, Steam Deck, Steam Machine, and Steam Frame. All run Steam OS. Valve's operating system optimized for gaming. It's designed to provide a plug-and-play user experience while still retaining access to the power and flexibility of a PC. Ahead of launch, we are expanding our Deck Verify program to include ratings for Steam Machine and Steam Frame, so customers can understand how their games will run on these devices. Yeah, I mean, I would expect this thing to be 700, 750, maybe 800, and the next Xbox to be, it's less powerful, but it's more powerful than the PlayStation 6. So I would say $700, $800 for your next average Xbox, because the PS5 Pro was $700. So I'd say $700 to $800.
for the next Xbox. I don't know what it will be, but I'm guessing. I'm gonna go ahead and add these just in case, because I might consider getting them in the future. Let me see what they had to say real quick. Hold on.
Hey everyone, this is Steam Deck. Steam Deck is our powerful, portable, handheld gaming PC that lets you take your Steam library with you anywhere. We're pretty proud of it. People who own Steam Decks have been playing everywhere, and we couldn't be happier with the response we've heard from all of you. We're excited to talk about the future of Steam Deck, but not today, because this isn't a video about the future of Steam Deck. This is a video about the future of Steam hardware. Today, we're announcing 3 new members of the Steam hardware lineup. All connect you with powerful PC gaming. All are optimized for gaming with Steam, and all are shipping in early 2026. Let's start with this one.
So if it's early 2026, I would expect maybe around January to maybe early April, March.
This is the new Steam controller.
It
New
might
Steam
come out on my
controller
birthday.
puts all of your Steam games at your fingertips.
That would be pretty
so you
cool.
can play wherever
It might come out on my birthday.
and however you
Next
want.
year.
Just like with Steam Deck, we want you to be able to play any game with your Steam controller, even games never built with a controller in mind. It has all the great features from Steam Deck, like trackpads, gyro, and back buttons, all in a comfortable form factor. Its next-generation magnetic thumbsticks let you play with improved responsiveness and longevity. We put capacitive touch sensors on the thumbsticks and now on the back of the controller too, so you can enable precision gyro aiming with the touch of your thumb, or your pinky if you're feeling fancy. Play for way too long with a rechargeable lithium-ion battery that allows for over 35 hours of playtime.
Wow, 35 hours. That's pretty good. I don't know if your average controller runs battery that long.
The Puck is a combination.
I know that the
of wireless
PlayStation.
adapter
I know that the
and
PS.
magnetic charger included with every Steam controller.
I know that my PlayStation 5 DualSense Edge controller doesn't last that long when it comes to battery life. That's something I don't like about the fact that that's something I don't like about it since I paid for it.
Snap it
Because
on
I
the
bought that
charger.
for like $150. The battery life isn't very good with that thing. But since I use it mainly for my PC, I don't really have to worry about battery life because I always have it connected to a charger. I always have it connected to a wired cable.
Snap it
It
on.
mainly doesn't.
You can play
It mainly has a problem when I play it on PlayStation 5.
over Bluetooth.
Then yeah,
or
the battery
wireless
life for the DualSense Edge is something I don't like about it.
too. The new
It doesn't
Steam
last
controller
very long.
works with
I need to get a
any
charger
Steam
dock
or
for
Steam
my
Deck.
Edge
Whether
controller because it
PC,
doesn't
Mac,
run on the
handheld,
one I have.
smartphone, Steam Deck, or the new Steam machine.
I probably could find a charger dock on Black Friday. That's something I need. I need to get that. I need to find a new charger dock for my DualSense Edge.
Oh,
The one I have does not work. It's a cheap piece of crap.
this is the new
I need
Steam
to get a
machine.
better one. See, like, it does.
Steam machine.
It looks like a giant cube. A giant black cube. That's what it looks like. It's just, it's an ugly design, but, I mean, I don't know. It's interested to see what this thing will do and how powerful it will be.
It's a powerful gaming PC in a small but mighty package, designed for your games on the big screen. It's quiet too, which is crazy, since it's 6 times more powerful than a Steam Deck.
6
Powered by a
times.
discrete,
I'm sorry, I thought it was 10. It's 6 times more powerful than a Steam Deck. My bad.
semi-custom AMD GPU, enabling 4K gaming at 60 frames per second with FSR. Steam Machine runs SteamOS, made for a bigger screen. Built
Yeah, they say it's gonna run 4K 60 frames per second gaming, but I have a feeling this thing is gonna have some hiccups along the way, and it's gonna be bottlenecked because I think the CPU is not gonna be as powerful as the GPU is not gonna be as powerful as the CPU. I heard the GPU is not as powerful as the CPU. It's a powerful CPU, but the GPU has some issues.
for gaming in your living room, your office, or wherever you play, with the rest of your PC accessories. Steam Machine borrows some great features from Steam Deck, like lightning fast sleep and wake, an SD card slot.
But that's nice that they carry over a lot of features from the Steam Deck. Desktop mode, seamless updates, notifications, Steam input, being able to suspend your applications and come back.
Sleep and wake, an SD card slot to easily expand your storage, and bring some new tricks of its own, like a customizable LED script.
So, like, it basically has an SD card slot, like a Switch, where you can upgrade your storage.
Which can show different system functionalities, or your own light show. Steam Machine is a PC, so run whatever software you want, and it works with all your favorite desktop and gaming.
So I'm guessing that you can use a mouse and a keyboard for this cube-like system. That's something I wondered about too, but I guess you can. So you can use a mouse and a keyboard like you can with the Steam Deck on a display.
Accessories. Steam Machine is designed to work hand in hand with the Steam controller, with the low latency, wireless connectivity of the Steam controller hub built right in. And it's great for streaming your games to your phone, tablet, laptop, Steam Deck, or Steam Frame.
That's cool though. I mean, so they're really pushing gaming streaming. Yeah, gaming streaming has become huge in recent years.
Steam Deck.
They're really pushing being able to stream all your games to all devices.
Steam Frame.
Microsoft and Sony want to do that too. They've really gone in on that too.
Oh yeah.
Game streaming. Streaming your games to the cloud and other places has been a huge thing now that they're trying to do.
Steam Frame.
Yeah, the Steam Frame is like another
Steam
VR
Frame is
headset.
Valve's next generation.
It's
VR
like
hardware.
Valve's.
Stream all your
It's
Steam
Valve's
games,
newest iteration
VR
after the
and
Index.
non-VR in this comfortable, lightweight, wireless VR headset. Steam Frame uses camera-based tracking, so getting into your games is as easy as slipping on the headset and waking it up. Steam Frame controllers, included with the headset, are designed with all the inputs you need for your VR titles, like motion controls and capacitive tracking for all your fingers, as well as a split gamepad layout to work with your whole Steam library.
I mean, if they come out with another game that's capable of being able to use VR hardware really well, like they did with Alex, I might consider getting this game. But there's not been a game with VR that I've seen recently that is able to take advantage of stuff like Alex did.
They even feature
I mean, there's been a couple of games that have really been able to do it, but not as well as everything. I don't know. I just not being huge into VR.
magnetic thumbsticks, a Steam controller.
But
For
I
responsiveness
might consider getting this in the future. Maybe I might consider getting into VR. I just never really been interested in getting into VR.
and longevity. Steam Frame also pairs seamlessly with the new Steam controller, a great companion for playing non-VR games in the headset. To make sure streaming is smooth and stable no matter what, Steam Frame includes a wireless adapter that lets you stream your games from your PC to
So like a wireless dongle, yeah. So you can use a wireless dongle to plug into the
lets you stream your games
into the
from
Steam
your PC
into your
to
Steam Frame in the
headset
PC.
over a fast and dedicated Wi-Fi 6 connection. And the game is streamed to your frame optimized for VR.
I have to admit, that's some really smooth looking graphics and stuff for this thing. And that's I think that's Alex running on the Index. That thing must be running some really powerful tech because this looks really sharp and smooth.
technology.
But I wonder if that looks too good to be true to me with how good it looks.
For the highest resolution streaming exactly where your eyes are looking. And Steam Frame is a PC, running Steam OS. In addition to streaming, you can install and play a bunch of VR and non-VR games right in the headset without a host PC. You can also expand your onboard storage to fit even more games with a micro SD card. Steam controller.
So yeah, they're really pushing the micro SD card storage expansion with a lot of their stuff. I wonder if the Xbox Rogue Ally X, I wonder if that also has SD card expansion storage.
Steam Machine, and Steam Frame. All built with the same DNA as Steam Deck. All powered by Steam, work together, and can be used however you'd like, with whatever peripherals and accessories you choose. Everything you see here is the culmination of what we've learned from our previous hardware experience, and what we've wanted ourselves as gamers. Powerful PC gaming in an open ecosystem, giving you more ways to enjoy the games you love and discover new ones. Steam Controller, Steam Machine, and Steam Frame are all shipping in early 2026. Learn more at steampowered.com.
Hey, I don't know if y'all remember, but like this kind of reminds me of what was it? You're like in a movie theater. I don't know. I think it was Call of Duty Infinite Warfare Zombies, and they're moving around and they're dancing, all in order like that, like in Infinite Warfare Zombies. But there's a level that you go on and they're dancing in the background as soon as you pick the level. It was Infinite Warfare. It's like you're in a theater and you're and they're all dancing like that. But there's also a commercial where they do that too, from like the 1980s, where it showed like popcorn, drink, soda. It's like a movie commercial or something. I don't know. I've seen it before, but it's old. But they're all like in a lineup, dancing and moving in motion together.
Love and discover new ones. Steam Controller.
Let's all go to, I think it's something, let's all go to the movie, or let's all go to something. Forgot what that's called. Anyway, it's an old movie clip. I don't know if people have seen that. Let me find it. Let's all go to something. Let's all go to the lobby. That's it. Yeah. And it shows, it's a soda, candy, popcorn, and refreshment. Yeah, this is a very old commercial, but it made me think of this.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
That's where they got that from.
Delicious things to eat. The popcorn can't be beat.
And then you have Infinite Warfare here. I don't remember what that was called, but let me see if I can find it. And then I got a couple more things to cover for you guys for news, and then we're gonna and then I want to do I got a DSP video for y'all that I wanted to talk about, and Phil talked with Asmongold had a live stream yesterday talking about stuff, and I watched a little bit of it, but yeah, I might talk a little bit about that for the video, what they were talking about. So, but what was that? Infinite Warfare. I think it was Zombie Spaceland. I think that was it. Infinite Warfare Zombie Spaceland. Infinite Warfare Zombie Spaceland. Or Infinite Warfare Zombies Dancing. They were dancing in that game, if I remember straight. Dancing zombies, dancing. Anyway, I can't find it, but I remember that being in there. And if Warfare Zombies dancing cutscenes, maybe that's no. Warfare Zombies introduction. Anyway, there was a video where
they were all dancing and you were in a movie theater. Maybe this is it. Yeah, I can't find it. But I could have sworn there was something like that. Okay.
Steam Machine and Steam Frame are all shipping in early 2026. Learn more at steampowered.com/hardware.
Okay. So I guess I never watched the introduction, so that's good. That gives me a little bit more understanding of what's of what's going on here. Yeah, this is going to be a really interesting year for gaming in 2026. Especially with all these new, especially with what Valve's doing. They might steal the market, bro. Alright, I'm hungry, man. I haven't eaten anything since I woke up, so I'm gonna eat something and then I will talk about the rest of this and then we'll do the DSP stuff. Okay, alright. Let me make sure I covered everything. Oh yeah, Skate Story is releasing day one on PlayStation Plus catalog on December 8th. So they're saying that Time Splitters Rewind features story mode, challenges, arcades, and online co-op. They just released. They also released the file size for Assassin's Creed Shadows on the Switch 2, and it says it's Oh, that's all. They bought Yakuza, Kiwami, and Kiwami 2 to Nintendo Switch 2. I did not know that. It says 62.8 gigabytes of your memory. Yeah, that's a lot, man. That is a lot. Yeah, it says Steam Machine price will be more in line with current PC market. It also says that the sales of Call of Duty Black Ops 7 has gone down tremendously and not doing well at all. And they're losing to their rival Battlefield 6. And it's doing worse than Black Ops 6. Wendy's launched a 6 to 7 deal for Black Friday. They're saying offering Frosties for 67 cents. Doesn't matter. Yeah, it says the Switch is having ongoing micro SD shortages.
there was a leaked Discord that said that why Rockstar fired 34 employees. It might have to do with Grand Theft Auto 6's delay till 2026. See if there's anything else missed. Oh yeah, there's also been news about there are going to be severe RAM shortages with Microsoft raising their prices for the Xbox Series X and S. This was kind of funny. This was a meme, but it says Microsoft was releasing Xbox Crocs. Xbox Crocs controller like shoe. Yesterday was the 25th anniversary of Tomb Raider Chronicles, and so I think that's it. Oh yeah, it says Xbox devs are thrilled to bring their games to PS5. In other words, Microsoft is agreed to bring their games to PS5. They're looking forward to bringing their games to PS5. It says that according to journalist Jason Schreier that Microsoft is happy to bring their games to PlayStation 5. Because I'm sure the more platforms that get their games out, the more money they make. So going multi-platform really helps. It says Valve Coder confirms the Steam machine will be priced like a PC. I bet at a good deal. If you build a PC from parts and get to basically the same level of performance, that's the general price window that we aim to be at, it says. When asked if the Steam machine would be subsidized like a console, which tend to go for around $450–600 these days, Griffith said no, that isn't to say the device will necessarily be priced like a pre-built PC, though, as he continued on the podcast. Obviously, our goal is for it to be a good deal to level of performance, and then you have features that are actually really hard to build if you're making your own game PC from parts. Examples he gave were the machine's small size ability to interfere with a TV remote and be turned on by a controller, and its low noise level. In other words, you can turn it on like a modern console, like a PS5 or an Xbox. See if anything I missed. Oh yeah, it says Stellar Blade now has become the best-selling PlayStation single-player exclusive on PC. It says they surpassed 3 million sales across PS5 and PC. So, I think that's it, man. Yeah, that's it. Alright, we're going to talk about this DSP video. Because y'all seem to really like my DSP content. Because I got quite a lot of views for it after I did it. So I'm thinking about doing it. I'm thinking about doing another one. Let me find it.
German-style individual.
What's up with y'all? Hopefully this video finds you in good spirits, and if not, well, at least you not DSP. And it has become very apparent to me over the course of watching Phil that he has no real idea what context.
Yeah, he doesn't understand what context means. I agree.
Whatever he says it means. And it's sad because didn't he go to private school? Wasn't he the valedictorian? Linda, you should probably get your money back. So let's get into it.
Don't do the Bucks. I thought you said you were going to stop playing any games that were rage games. What happened? I never said that.
Actually, that's exactly what you said, in no uncertain terms. Now, you went about it the way you go about things by adding a bunch of additional fluff, like you're going to do now. But for most people, something as simple as this requires a short, concise answer. We all know that the fastest way from point A to point B is a straight line.
Here's what I said. Because people always, literally, 100% take what I say and take it completely out of context and twist it to mean something that it doesn't.
So once again, Phil believes that in order for
Because he doesn't quite understand what context is, though.
you to have the entirety of what he believes context
Yeah.
means is you have to hear every single word.
You got to explain every single thing to a person to get them to understand. But it makes sense because I believe a lot of his audience are young kids.
about the subject. Otherwise, you can't grasp what he's saying at all.
Yeah.
Which makes no sense whatsoever.
Okay, here's what I said. Let's reiterate what I said so people can understand the entire line of reasoning, okay? What I've noticed recently is that the playthroughs that are doing well regularly, including things such as American Truck Simulator, Pokemon Legends ZA, even just late night chill streams where we hang out, those streams are relaxing. Those streams, there's a lot of interaction with the chat. And with those streams where I can relax and interact with you guys a lot, people have been appreciating it a lot and supporting them in droves, and the streams are doing incredibly well.
So, what you're doing now is going against your own narrative that all your streams are chill fun. Because what you're doing now is creating a delineation between quote-unquote games that stress you out, which according to you is what you said, and the quote-unquote games that are chill fun, right? So now we have a partition between those games.
Yeah, it's
and
basically him getting upset that he's not getting enough support for the games, and it says he calls it chill streaks, but he's getting mad that things are not going well for stuff, and he's saying that they're not doing enough, giving him enough money and support in subs.
and the so-called chill fun games, Phil.
Yeah.
When the original narrative was everything was chill fun. What
Yeah,
happened?
he's mixing it up, saying and it's confusing that.
I'm right
Which
now
is
in a
which?
playthrough of Pokemon Legends ZA where we have hit the goal for support every stream, and we are 40 hours in. That's crazy.
I do want to
It's
play
crazy to get
Pokemon
a
ZA
playthrough
though.
that long, where you're going to
I have thought
actually
about getting a Nintendo Switch too.
be hitting those goals like that, and it's just a game where you kind of relax and talk about Pokemon the whole time.
No, it's actually a shame that people have to pay you that much money for you to actually finish a game, Phil.
Yeah, I mean, most people complete games within a day or a week, or maybe 2 or 3 hours. The fact that it takes him that long to do that means that he drags it out. He mainly just drags it out mainly for money and stuff.
Talking
He's
about
not
fun.
really getting on there to play and enjoy it and chill out. He's coming on there to beg for money and support.
Pokemon for 40
Yeah.
hours. How much money is that?
Yeah.
Seriously.
He's dragging it out to get more money out of his fan base. You
And then
know?
on the flip side, you have games where, like Ninja Gaiden or whatever, where
Yeah.
1 or 2 streams a day you drop it, but you still made a couple $100, and they can never see the end of it because you have to feed your insatiable need to gamble, and it's sad.
Right? There used to be a time in the past where games such as FromSoft games, or competitive online fighting games, or the Call of Duty shooters, those were the games that I would play online, or would play against the computer in the case of like FromSoft, but they were so difficult, so challenging, it would cause me to rage. That rage, that reaction, would allow people to get interested and invested in the playthrough. Will Phil persevere? Or will he flop, fail, and burn, crash out hard?
People like to see you get upset at games because you're not good and you don't play games well.
Phil, you rage at every game. This is why it's hilarious to me that you kind of create a distinction between the games that you play.
Yeah, there's a video that's been made on him called 100 Rage Quits. It was made by an old YouTuber who apparently lost their stuff or got their stuff taken down and had to leave. I forgot who it was, but I remember the name.
Play. It doesn't matter how.
But it's DSP's 100 Rage Quits. Yeah, he's been known for quitting games.
The game is, or how upfront the game is, or even how difficult it is. You'll still rage all the same.
That was part of the appeal, and I would get tons of views on those, and I would get tons of people coming by to enjoy the content. However,
because they were interested in seeing you quit and get upset.
What has happened is that people now live restream and or copy paste my content illegally, and those views, those rage views, go to other people.
Phil, that's not illegal. That's under fair use. And it says, and if you don't understand what fair use is, it's the Fair Use Act of YouTube, which means you can use, it's a fair use of, meaning that you can teach criticism. Actually, I don't really know what it was, if it is by heart, but meaning that you don't need to have permission from the creator to use their content because it falls under fair use. And there are, of course, specifications when it comes to fair use, but that's in legal terms, and I'm not a lawyer, so I don't quite understand that, but yeah, I understand a little bit about how it works. And most of what a lot of creators do falls under fair use, so it's not stealing legal content. Like me doing this here. This falls under fair use. It does. Using someone else's content. I mean, I do it. With the specifications. So you're not stealing someone else's content. If I'm using someone else's video, it falls under fair use. And here, I'll explain to you what fair use is. We will ask Google. Google, what is fair use?
Fair use is a legal doctrine that allows the use of copyrighted material without permission for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, or research. Would you like to know more about any of these uses?
See? That means it's not illegal. If you're doing all those categories, it falls under fair use. So you're not stealing their content illegally. So it's not taking your content and stealing it. Because it falls under fair use. A lot of creators don't understand what fair use is, and there has been a discussion over what is fair use over the years. But yes, it falls under fair use. So it's not illegal.
Phil's been that way for a long time. Alright, even when you played Elden Ring or any other game that you can think of that you would call difficult, or even games that you would play that are not difficult, the overwhelming majority of your views are going to other people because people don't want to watch you. It has nothing to do with what you're talking about.
Right now, I don't really get much new viewership at all. Almost none. If I do, it's because one random person...
You don't get new viewership because you don't change the way you do stuff, including with gaming. So people get bored, they're not interested, they leave, and you lose people. You're not entertaining. You don't have a personality, kind of mundane. You don't really know what people like and what's trending. You don't really know how to keep up to date with stuff. I mean, he's just so behind when it comes to things in technology and things. He's not good at being a content creator. He's not. That's just... He should be doing something else. He should be he should be working a real job. That's what he should be doing. He's not good at content creation.
will mention me, and all of a sudden someone will come over and check out the channel.
Imagine being in business for almost 20 years and not getting any new customers. Now, you would think at the 20-year mark, even
Yeah.
before the 20-year mark, you are a master in that particular field, whether it be a restaurant, whether you're selling good or providing a service.
Yeah,
whatever
if
you're
you've been doing that
at that much
for years, you should be good at your craft. But for some reason, he's getting worse.
time in at that point, you should be pretty good at what you're doing. But to come on here and say after 20 years that you're not getting any new customers is crazy.
But for most people who go online, they type in DSP Gaming, Dark Side Phil, it goes to a detractor channel. So they get those views, those rage bait views for the angry games. They get them now, not me.
That's because more people. That's because when you search DSP game or DSP gaming or anything DSP, there's more people that make content on you than your videos combined. So there's more people making content on you than your stuff coming up. So yeah, there's a lot of people that make content on you. That doesn't necessarily mean they're stealing your content, because it falls under fair use.
Phil, that's not true at all, and I touched on this already. When people type in DSP Gaming, yours is the first thing that comes up, Phil. And that's a fact. You can check that right now if you watch this video. But yeah,
But yeah, YouTube is a website where you search up people's content. If you're specific about what you're looking for, it should come up. But sometimes you don't always find it. Sometimes you have to be specific on what you're searching for.
you're right when you say people type in DSP or Dark Side Phil. Sure, that part of your algorithm is controlled by detractors, but people can still find you if they want to. They just don't want to.
I don't benefit from them at all. In fact, if you take a look at some of the games this year that caused me the most rage, for example, Mario Kart World, it did not do that well.
How do you rage at Mario Kart World? How do you rage at the Mario Kart games in general? Those games are simple and easy. They are made by Nintendo, and Nintendo makes a lot of games for kids. I'm not saying all their games are made for kids, no. But a lot of first-party exclusives made by Nintendo are for kids. The Mario games are simple and easy. Mario Kart is easy to play. It's a simplistic racing game. I mean, it's supposed to be fun in general, but I don't know. I don't know how you get angry at Mario Kart. I've played that game on the Switch, and I've never had. It's never made me angry. I have. I still have Mario Kart 8. So I don't know. Maybe you got. Sometimes those races can get competitive, but yeah, I don't know. A lot of Nintendo games are not that hard.
Imagine, just think about this. He led into this saying that think about some of the games that caused me the most rage. And the first game out of his mouth was Mario Kart World. What is going on in your life that you're raging at freaking Mario Kart, man? You know that game was designed for children, right? It's supposed to be that way, Phil, so everybody has a
It's
chance
very
to
simple.
win. No, it's not a skill-based game. There is some skill in it, for sure. You know, there's things that you can do to influence the outcome. But for the most part, it's a party game, Phil. My goodness.
Initially, the first stream or two did, then immediately people stopped coming to streams.
Yeah, it's meant to be played with other players.
The people that came to the streams didn't support the streams, and come to find out the reason that people wanted me to keep playing it is because it was a very clippable game. See Phil crash out and rage at the game, and then the detractors get a bunch of clips that they get views on and make money. That's it. That was the...
Phil, even if you're not playing a game, you're going to say or do something stupid that's going to be clippable. You're a living meme. It doesn't matter what you do. So you can try to blame it on the game in this case, just like you blame it on the game when you don't make enough money. But at the end of the day, it's about you and your behavior. It's always been that.
The only reason. My true fans weren't that into it. Okay? So, what I've noticed is, hey, instead of just focusing on the games I used to play all the time and going crazy, why not listen and observe and see what it is that my true fans want. My true fans want relaxation,
I
interact.
mean, that's what you should have done to begin with, Phil. Listen to what your audience wants. That way you'll get more people to come to your so-called business for what you're doing. That way you will get more people to come and watch you or to join your streams.
Action. That
It's
kind
about catering to the audience. Any business knows that you have to cater to what your customers want. That's how you're going to stay in business. That's how you run a business. You have to get your customers to like you so that they'll come back. And it's about the customer. There's an old saying for SpongeBob where it said, "The customer's always right." They are. They're right about a lot of things. You have to do what your customers want. If you go, you will run out of business.
of level of talking back and forth, getting your questions answered, getting a little bit of attention.
Yes.
You have to appeal to the consumer to get them to come back.
The ingredients to start parasocial relationships. And just think about what he just said. He said, as I'm getting older, I'm starting to worry about what my actual fans want. So you telling me you've been on this thing, doing this thing for almost 18 years, and you just now...
I see. He should have done that to
what your
begin
actual
with.
fans really want, Phil.
He
And
didn't
just think about
yeah.
the stuff that you're saying. You would be so much better served if you would just stop talking.
Learning a little bit more about me. You don't get to do that when I'm sitting here raging and playing an insanely difficult game. Now, at the very same time that I acknowledge this, all right,
I mean, there are creators out there that can multitask, Phil. And sometimes you gotta learn to multitask.
I don't want to become someone who just sits here and talks to you all night, every night. There are streamers just like that. They literally have nothing to do. They don't have any expertise in any field. They're not entertaining at all. They just want to talk. And people like that. And that's fine. I get that. There's people out there, that's their forte or whatever.
Now you...
I mean, is that a problem that people just want to chat and talk with you? Some people just want to talk with their favorite creators or their favorite channel people. Their favorite YouTube creators. Some people just want to chat with someone. They either like them, they like their personality, or they're just friendly. Things you lack is why people leave and don't come back. They're not interested. You lose support. You don't have any traits of personality where people want to stick around.
You see, when he initially started talking about the other streamers that just talked, he was shitting on them. But then he caught himself and realized, man, I kind of sound like a hater, and he tried to pull it back.
People like a lot of creators because of the way they
How
are.
do you know what their expertise are? How do you know that? What a crazy statement to make. And who are you talking about in particular? Because we know oftentimes when Phil is speaking, he's not just speaking in generalities, he's speaking about somebody in particular.
I don't just want to be someone who talks to you all night or lectures you on a topic or whatever, all right? I know that gaming is how I got started. I know that gaming is going to be prominent for me forever. There will always be people who want to see me play certain games, okay?
I mean, yeah, there's always going to see people see you play games and play games badly, and they find it entertaining.
But at the same time, I'm no longer beholden to gaming.
You very much are beholden to gaming, and you will be for the duration, Phil.
Most of his support and money and stuff comes from games. Watching him play badly, rage, get upset, and not do well. People find that entertaining. A lot of the reason why people come to watch him is because he's interesting to watch to in ways he'll never understand. Like I said before.
Do not kid yourself into thinking that
But he gets a majority of the money and support for playing games and playing them in ways that are entertaining, but not entertaining being good. Entertaining just doing terrible and people find it funny. You know, it's like going to a comedy show and watching a comedian make fun of himself. And people find it hilarious. They find it entertaining. That's what he's doing. He's he's basically doing terrible at video games, and I don't know, people find it entertaining watching him just make a fool of himself. I don't know. When
You
playing
run your
games.
mouth for a living, it's not going to work. There's already far too much of you. You stream way too much, and you don't provide anything for the time that you're here. And now you're saying that you're going to drop the one thing that could be semi-entertaining about your streams, and you're just going to run your mouth. You don't know enough to talk as much as you do. This is why you always talk yourself in.
Yeah, he's not really up to date with what's trending or what's big or what people are interested in. He doesn't really know how to run an audience or a business. He doesn't really know how to, in a sense, do things that make people interested. He doesn't know how to keep up to date. You know, you gotta kind of have a way of a personality. You gotta be entertaining, but you gotta have a sense of appeal to yourself that draws people in, and you do.
Into circles, and you end up telling them yourself, stop talking, bro. You don't have anything noteworthy to say anyway.
Used to be. Like, no exaggeration, used to be like, man, it's a slow time of the year for games. Now, my views are down, my revenue's down, everything is down, and this sucks. I'm beholden to games. But I'm not anymore. I'm not. Now, we can do whatever we want. We can play a game. If it's not that good, if it's not resonating with you or me, we can drop it and do something different. We could just do a chill night. We could just hang out. I've had nights where for 2 hours, I sat here just talking with you, and it was more successful for me than a night when I tried to force myself to play a random game on a night stream.
Now, do you hear what he just said? When he forces himself to play.
Yeah, he doesn't want to. Yeah, he doesn't like to get on and stream and play games for an audience. It's like torture to him. He'd rather be playing mobile games.
Games. Now we know this is something Phil has been doing for a very long time. This is why he's always on the edge of being tilted the second something doesn't go his way, because he doesn't want to do it anyway.
Nope.
But it's funny.
But he needs the money because he's always
The devil speaks with a
begging.
forked tongue, and if you allow him to speak, eventually he'll tell on himself. Just be patient.
You know, stream 3, stream 4 of a game, no one likes it anymore. This just happened with Ninja Gaiden 4 recently. The game's alright, but after the third, fourth stream, you've basically seen the extent of what the whole game is going to be. Do you want to see me grind another 10
I wanna
hours through
play
this game
that
that's
too.
exactly the same for the rest of the game? No.
Phil, that's the overwhelming majority of games. You know,
Yeah.
you play it for 10 or 15 hours for the most part.
The grind and getting items and working on trying to level up and get better abilities and improve your character. That's a lot of games. Especially story-based games or games that have some sort of like appeal to them. A lot of it is grinding and improving your characters. Especially RPGs. If you're playing an RPG, that's what an RPG is. Ninja Gaiden sort of has an RPG feel.
Or you got the gist
I've
of
seen footage of it. I haven't played it.
what the game is going to offer. Now, there are going to be some modifiers in terms of skills acting slightly differently, but generally speaking, you understand the gameplay loop. I mean, what game are you playing that after 15 or 20 hours, the gameplay loop changes entirely? I can't think of one. But y'all let me know.
So we played 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 hours of it, say goodbye, and do something different that people want. So that's what I said. I said, no longer am I going to force myself to play games that aren't working for the audience or that are overly stressful for me if there's a reason. Like, for example, right now, if they dropped Bloodborne 2, are you shitting
You should have done that a long time ago, though, Phil.
me? Everyone would want to see me play it. Everyone would want to see me get through it. I would play it.
You should have appealed to what people are interested in, and that probably would have helped your channel.
No, everybody will want to see you fail at it. Everyone would want to see you cry about it. That's it. Nobody wants to see you persevere or come through on the other end triumphant. Nobody's there for that. People are there to see you rage, Phil. It's always been like that.
But if it's the 19th Bloodborne ripoff game that's trying to be Bloodborne, and it's not made by FromSoft, I'm probably not going to play it. I don't care. Like right now, I'm even on the fence. Should I even play Neo 3? no one actually really cared about Neo 2. I'm serious. Like, I played through the whole thing. People were bored within a few streams and complaining to me that I was playing it. You want to know why? You ready for this?
I was never interested
Because I
in
was
those
doing
games.
good at it.
Damn.
I actually learned the systems because that game had a unique way where you could charge up one thing, activate it, build up the next thing, activate it, and win. I wasn't sucking that much at it, so my detractors couldn't clip it well, and it wasn't making the money, and they were frustrated that I was playing.
Okay, this statement makes no sense because you said that people were upset.
It's a
and they were
mod.
bored. What people?
Time
See, this
Splitters
is why I
Rewind's
said
a
before,
mod.
He doesn't understand who's friend and who's foe. And the lines start to get blurred when you're perpetually on the internet, or like Phil likes to say, terminally online, because you can't gauge facial expressions, you can't gauge enunciations, you can't gauge how somebody is saying something, right? Now, what he said, No I 2, I don't really know how to say the name of the game, but I played it, and I very much enjoyed it. And when you go on the internet right now and look up the views for that video, it did just as good as any other game that he played, as well as the detractors clipping it. So I'm not sure what he's talking about.
My fans didn't really like it. I thought it was just okay. It didn't work for anyone.
So now he's shifted. Now, first he said it was his detractors that didn't like it. Now he's saying it's his fans who didn't like it. See, this is what happens when you're beholden to the almighty dollar and you think the dollar is everything. It starts to own you. And the second you do not have it, you think something is wrong. And Phil is morally bankrupt. You know, he attributes his success to how much money he makes. And it reminds me a lot of like a OnlyFans model or a drug dealer or whatever. You know, they
Yeah.
know they're doing something morally wrong, but to save face, they'll tell you, well, at least I'm making money. Well, sure. But all that means is that morally you can be purchased, which means you can't be trusted.
So, I am not going to kill myself playing boring games or overly difficult games any longer. We're going to find things that work for everyone, that people enjoy for whatever reason, and we're going to keep them in the rotation, and those stick, and other things will be dropped, and we'll try other things in place.
Imagine describing playing video games as killing yourself. My goodness.
Yeah,
Phil, you-
How is that killing yourself? Like, literally, he seriously just doesn't like gaming, does he?
He doesn't like gaming for an audience. He hates getting on stream and gaming for. He hates getting on a stream and playing games for an audience.
you really
But he
have-
needs the money because he's always spending all his money on mobile games.
to live a little bit more, man. When the last time you actually broke a sweat? When the last time you actually had some pain in your body? Seriously, man, you talking about video games killing you? There's people right now who have a 30 to 45-minute commute. They have to go to a place wearing a uniform that they probably don't want to wear. Deal with
I have to
people
go
that
to
they
a
kinda
job,
like or
yeah,
don't like.
and work
Stay there
for
8
a
to 10
boss and for
hours,
something they
and then
hate.
after doing all of that,
Yep, all
and
day.
then have to drive home 30 to 45 minutes. So you know they only work 8 or 10 hours. It's really a 12-hour day in a lot of cases. But here you are in your spare bedroom playing video games, and it's quote-unquote killing you. This is why people don't take you seriously, man. Because you have the temperament of a child. Because only a child will look at something as a video game as serious as you do. It's ridiculous.
That's what I said. I didn't say no to...
I'll be right back.
difficult games. Very well, difficult games could work. Take a look at Hollow Knight Silksong. That was one of the hardest games I've ever played. By far the toughest Metroidvania
I'm gonna let this download and then I'm gonna play it when it's finished. Probably after this.
I've ever experienced. And it was an amazing playthrough that people showed up, engaged, and supported with.
Try it out and then I gotta study.
Why would I have dropped it? Because it was tough. But again, I explain this in context, with full explanation, so you understand what I'm saying. This will be clipped down to one moment where I say, oh, I'm not playing tough games anymore. And that's what my detractors put out, and you hear that and you believe it.
So this is what I would like you to do for me, Phil. Name the detractor that is putting out small clips where you only say one sentence. Name them. Because on one hand, you'll say that they're ripping your
They use the full video, yeah.
content raw, they're not editing it at all, right? And then on the other hand, you'll talk about how they're taking things out of context and making you look bad. Those things do not go together, Phil. You gotta pick one.
Hence why people on the internet have such misconceptions about me. That's why. So people will say, well, I don't edit. I took that clip straight from Phil's stream. No, you took one out of context sentence out of an entire stream that gives it context. That's not in context, and it doesn't make any fucking sense.
That's why he doesn't understand
Because you took it out of
context. Yeah.
You understand?
It doesn't matter if you keep saying taken out of context, Phil. It doesn't really make sense what you're saying, dude. And I think part of him knows that this is why he's repeating himself. Because it doesn't make sense at all. Nobody is only taking
It doesn't.
one sentence from your content and try to create a story out of it. People are uploading 10, 15, 20, and in some cases 30-minute clips of you just running your mouth. I don't know how more in context they have to be. My goodness.
Understand? Doesn't matter if it's a raw thing I said or not. No, the things that people clip are not me saying 5 words from different sentences caged together. They're actual sentences I've said, but they're not in context. Therefore, they don't make any sense. This person literally saying that misunderstood what I said because they didn't hear the whole thing that I said, only a very small part of it.
No, he really just thinks that he said something there, and you can tell by his body language that he feels like he really just laid the hammer down because in his mind, everybody's retarded. We don't know
Yeah.
what's going on. We're too
Everybody
stupid.
else
You know,
is
we just
stupid
don't
and he's
get
the
it
smart one.
because
Yeah.
we're hard of hearing apparently, and he has to explain it to us for a 700th time. No, Phil, it doesn't matter how many times you explain your version of events. It doesn't make
Is that he's the
sense.
one that needs to
You're
listen and
very much
learn.
Putting out what you're saying in context.
We know
And if you look at
there's people
other
that know
people who
more
have
than he
detractors,
does.
your
Yeah, he
detractors
refuses
are
to
probably
listen.
the most
Yeah.
scared because they do put you up completely unedited. So what are you talking about?
Clyde says people like simple, clear answers. If you have to spend 10 minutes to explain something simple, it puts off a lot of people. Yes, because a lot of people are stupid, lazy, and unintelligent. They want a quick TikTok.
Says the guy that barely puts any effort into his content, doesn't really know a lot of things and gets confused, can barely figure out how to put lights up with RGB, and doesn't even know how to use Wi-Fi when it comes to computers and technology. Says he actually is a professional gamer and knows how to use this stuff. But you clearly don't. It needs to learn more things than other people. Because you lack not understanding stuff.
Like short or snippet instead of an actual intelligent discussion. I can't help stupid people. They're gonna be stupid, so I don't care about stupid people. Do you understand? If you don't actually want to hear someone's rationale because you're that dumb, then you're not important to me. You don't need...
You're not important to me. Phil, you know how arrogant you are as a person, and that makes people hate you?
So if you don't care about stupid people, quote unquote, then why are you explaining this? Who are you explaining this to? Would it be those same stupid people, quote unquote, that you claim you don't care about? And that comment is true. You know, for many of you who have children, or maybe you have a sibling or
They
something
have a
that's younger than
family.
you, and they do something that they're not supposed to do, and you
Yeah.
say, hey, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? And then the first thing they tell you is, well, you know, they start giving you a bunch of information that's not pertaining to the particular situation. Naturally, you're going to feel like they're being deceptive.
They're
Because
lying.
Why are you not just getting to the point? And that's what they're getting at.
He doesn't know how to
What you're
get to the
breaking down
point.
right here is not some undiscovered science that people need a full breakdown on. You're talking about playing video games, man. That's it. It's not that deep.
exist to me. You're just another one of these fucking no-load big humans that doesn't serve a purpose. Sorry if you're that dumb and you need something explained to you in 5 seconds, or you have ADD and you start looking somewhere else because you're that fucking immature.
Phil, you move 24/7. I mean, you move like 20 times all over the place, and you can't even keep yourself focused on something. And we'll talk about ADHD. You're moving your body all over the place. You can't keep yourself focused on anything. You just ease arrogance. This is why people want to punch you in the face. They do, on everything. Calling everyone else stupid when you're the one that actually lacks the knowledge to know how to do stuff.
I don't care.
You see how he had to go to an extreme? Nobody was saying that it had to be a YouTube short or a TikTok video. People were saying that you should just be concise, because what you're talking about does not have that much weight. It's very surface level stuff, but you present it as, and you explain it as if it's deeper than what it actually is. And this is why people a lot of times look at you like you a damn joke, because you are. Because something as basic as that, look how far off the beaten path you go with it. And then you want to say, well, I don't care about you, and you don't matter to me, and you're just too stupid. Phil, I would argue that it's you who is stupid, because why does it take you 10 or 15 minutes to explain something that's very basic? Now, I know that you're the king of projection and you love projecting your life onto other people, but the truth is, everything you said right here could have been shored up in 5 minutes, and that was his point. It's ridiculous. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Urban style content. I'm dead.
I'm gonna do one more.
What percentage more do I think I would be making if it weren't for loss due to stolen content? Well, here's the thing. It's not just loss because the content's stolen. It's preventing growth. There have been many prominent times over the last several years where people heard that DSP said or did something and they want to check it out and they can't find my content. They find someone else. So that might have been potential for growth. That might have been a moment where someone would check out DSP Gaming and they can't find it. Urban style individual.
What's up with y'all? Hopefully this video finds you in good spirits, and if not, well, at least you're not DSP. And this is hilarious to me because every time Phil is talking about his floundering channel, he never points to himself. He's gonna peer out the window and look at the world and blame every passerby for his problems, but never once did this man look inwardly. So let's get into it.
Premium member. I've been for years. My recommended always has your detractors videos, but to watch your streams I have to search. It makes no sense. No, here's the thing.
It's just interesting how he wants to claim people have ADHD and problems, yet this dude can't sit still. He rocks back and forth. That's just, he claims arrogance.
And this will explain it, okay? I never gamed the YouTube system. Meaning, over the years, I never put a deceptive description to a video.
So if you didn't game the system, how do you explain telling your fans directly that they need to click on ads at an inordinate rate? How do you explain doing 10-minute videos and flooding people's news feed or the YouTube feed with 10 to 15 videos a day, effectively eliminating your contemporaries? So anybody else that was on YouTube at the time trying to upload gaming content was buried behind DSP's trash tier content. So the very thing that he's complaining about now is what he did to other people. It's crazy.
I never used a giant clickbait thumbnail.
I've already watched
I
this
never used the tags that would get you noticed. Like, people knew over the years, if you put tags on your videos and they had nothing to do with your video would actually hit the algorithm different, okay?
Well, we're in a different time now, Phil, and a lot of those things have been shored up and taken care of. Your issue.
If you're interested in buying this chip, make a contribution and put the word chip into the contribution. All right, I'm going to be honest. This is pretty valuable. I would say, at a minimum, this is worth $500. Because It has been not only in that video that was seen by tens of thousands of people around the world, if not hundreds of thousands, but also it's been in my background. $500. Urban style individual.
Gonna sell people on a poker chip.
Hopefully this video finds you in good spirits, and if not, at least you're not DSP. And yesterday was definitely something to behold. I mean, Phil thought it was a good idea to monetize his addiction and chores. So let's get into it.
This is ReviewTech USA's poker chip. I still have it. I threw it in the closet a couple months ago. I had it in my setup for a while, and then I realized I don't need this. I don't need this at all.
Now, if you're familiar with DSP's mannerisms, you can tell right now that he's tore up. Now, he's been an alcoholic for a long time, so he's good at hiding the slurring of speech, but you can tell he's tore up right here.
Everyone fucking knows that guy's a loser, and he's obsessed with me. No one needs this in my background to know that I'm better than him. Everyone already fucking knows it. So, I don't need this poker chip. Now, should I keep it? Do I ever need it for anything? Will I ever use this poker chip for anything? I don't know.
Now, he just said how he didn't need it.
Yeah.
Will he ever
But yet
use
he's
it for
using
anything?
it, yeah.
It was in his closet. He had forgot about it. but watch what he does.
Does it mean anything? I don't think so. Like right now,
So he just said that it means nothing. Let's keep going.
if I were to shit on it, I don't think that Rich would like spin 3 times and land on his head. I don't think it's like a voodoo doll that I own of Rich. I don't really care about Rich. I haven't looked at him or talked about him for ages, and I don't really give a shit about him. I'm actually happy that I got out of drama, because when I got out of drama about 3.5 months ago,
You don't care about something, why are you talking about it? Because usually when somebody doesn't care about something, they don't bring it up. But if they do, they tend to talk about it because it bothers them. So if you don't care about it, why are you bringing it up?
I don't involve myself with this crap anymore, and I don't need to worry about this kind of bullshit. You see? What do you think? What do you guys think?
Isn't it sad that he can't make a single noteworthy decision about anything? I mean, nothing. Can you imagine the amount of times something trivial happened in his life and the first thing he did was call his parents? I mean, can you imagine being Mr. Burnett?
Yeah, this guy calls everybody idiots and stupid and lacks common sense, but he can't make up his mind or make a decision. So that's like have ADD and ADHD and it's your problem, but this dude clearly has that issue.
No. I mean, when he see Phil's name and number pop up in his phone, his heart probably skip a beat, man.
It's your feedback. Should I keep the chip or should I toss the chip? What do you guys think? Because I kept it just for this very moment when I knew we would clean out the closet. What do you guys think? Sell it to Felt Review Tech. Oh. Okay.
Now you see how his temperament changed? How his ears puckered up? How his voice went up a few octaves?
Yeah.
The second somebody mentioned him receiving money for it?
Yep.
Now watch.
Anyone want to buy it?
Yeah, he can sell that. Yeah.
I'm serious. Does someone want to buy Review Tech's chip? This is the legit chip. 100%. I kept it separate. This is Review
He can
Tech's
find
chip
a way to
from
make
the
money
review.
off of that chip.
Now remember early in the video, he was down talking the chip. It had no value, he didn't need it, he forgot about it, right? Now he's gonna act as if he's on Pawn Stars trying to get 100,000 for it.
Of his, or the react to his documentary. You want to buy it? You can have it. Someone can buy this chip. Sure, we'll do that. Who wants it? Up for grabs. The chip is up for grabs. Let's see if anyone actually really wants it or not. It could be a joke, it could be a meme, but it is legit the chip. This could be the next Sonichu medallion.
No, I'm not gonna stunt. I don't know what that is. But the funny thing about this is Phil actually thinks that he's famous. And he's confusing being famous with being infamous. Those are two different things, Phil. Okay? He's acting as if he has Michael Jackson's glove or something. He
Yeah.
thinks just because he touched it, that it has inherent value. I would argue that
It's
for
one of
most
those
people on
legendary
Earth,
items.
them
Yeah,
knowing that you touch something would make it
It's
have
a-
less value.
it's a legacy item.
Well, let's see. I'll hold on to it then. Right? I'll put it over here. That will be, keep in mind, that's real. That's legit. Haven't messed with it. That's the chip. It's weighted, by the way. It's a weighted chip. Yeah, it's not a cheesy, exactly. It's not a cheesy plastic chip. It's clay. It's an actual real clay chip. It's a weighted chip.
It's a weighted chip. So look, if you were not intrigued before, surely after you found out that the chip was weighted, you about to be all in now, right? Because the other things were not convincing enough. But the second you knew that this thing was weighted and it was clay, oh yeah, I mean, I just gotta have it.
Yeah.
And, yeah, you can have it. You can have Rich's chip. But let's see if anyone's actually interested in it or not. I don't know. Arrow Squirrel just became a member of the channel. Thank you, Arrow Squirrel. Appreciate that. Thanks for joining. We're now at $530 to support. 20 more bucks, and it will be a new hat. And it will be the Kick viewers who will be voting on that hat. How about this? I'll be honest.
Now, this was basically the tone of the night. Phil sitting there, bouncing back and waddling back and forth in the closet, begging for money, under the guise of switching a vest, under the guise of switching his hat. This was the quintessential definition of non-tent. And the dents ate it up. I'll be real about it. I think Phil might be onto something when he said that they like hanging out with him. I think that's why he always pushes this whole social interaction thing. Because at the end of the day, the video game is just a means to an end for him and for the dents. Because he just wants their money and they just want his attention.
I really do feel like the Kick viewers should get us to 550. Someone on Kick want to do 4 subs right now and get us to 550? Because you guys have been voting on the hats all day. You already voted on what? 4? 5? You guys are getting all these advantages, but so far, there's been like just a couple of subs, and then your future stepdad did 5. You guys are getting a pretty big advantage right now. Maybe, you know what? I think maybe unless Kick gets us to 550, maybe I'm not going to give you guys the poll for the hat. I think I'm going to give it to YouTube, because the YouTube viewers have been doing super chats all day, tips all day, memberships all day. I think so. So if someone does 4 subs to get us to 550, I will give you guys the poll for the hat. If not, it's going to go to YouTube when we hit 550.
This man said you're getting all the advantages. Phil, I would like for you to outline what those advantages are, because I'm very confused. Furthermore, OIC, this is a decree to you, man. You need to go on Kick and make a few more stock accounts so it can appear as if Phil is getting a piece, quote unquote, of support from every direction. Because we know this is not about being actually successful. This is about appearing successful and also appearing as if success is coming from, quote unquote, all directions, right? You don't want it to appear as if it's only a handful of people, which we all know it is. But yeah, OIC, get your ass over there and set up some new stock accounts, bro.
All right, let's keep going, but I'm going to take a break very soon because I'm hungry. Let's keep cleaning out the closet. And if people on YouTube get us to 550, I'll do the poll, right away. So if we get like a super chat or memberships or a tip from YouTube, I'll just go right to YouTube and give you guys the poll instead.
Oh, yay. Look at his childlike antics. He always trying to play this side against the other side. As if it's some type of privilege to give him money. Like, I'll just let them decide who picks the hat. And the real question is, who is this really for? Seriously. I mean, think about it. And I know I'm having fun with this, but let's be real for a second. What grown adult is truly watching this unironically? Seriously, who? Because this is for children. I mean, think about his theme song on his podcast. Think about the way he speaks and his mannerisms, the way he over explains things, this whole channel, DSP Gaming, is for children. Furthermore, better yet, it's for people who have the minds of children, because I believe a lot of teenagers or people, or even kids a little younger than teenagers, would look at this and be like, why would anybody watch this? But the way he enunciates, the way he holds on to words and draws them out like that is very akin to people talking to small children, Barney and Friends, Dora Explorer, Blue's Clues, stuff like that. It's the same tone and pitch, man. It's kind of disgusting, if you ask me.
I will be honest, this one's a little sad, okay? These are Corsair headphones. They're good. These are good quality headphones, all right? You should have a highest bidder by the end of the stream with the message shipped to get it. Okay, here you go. So someone is saying, good idea, if you want to buy ReviewTech's chip. This is literally ReviewTech's chip from the actual live react.
Here we go again with the sales pitch. Go ahead, Phil.
Of the documentary made by June the King last summer that I did a co-op commentary with Kino Casino. That was like a one-time only thing. It'll never happen again, right? Never happen again. So,
you hear that? It'll never happen again. It's a once in a lifetime thing. Like, who does this guy think he is? He said that like that was like Ali and Frazier or something, and it was like Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather. Once in a lifetime. You will never see this again. Phil, you're talking about a chip that has no inherent value to anyone besides you. And according to you, you don't even care about it anymore. So why are you sitting up here talking about this damn chip, man? This is only for the most dented of the dented. OIC, this is really for you. Seriously. And the thing that I don't understand about this, well, I understand it because we know how Phil gets down. It's just sad. You have all this stuff in this closet that you're clearly not using, the vests and the hats and stuff included. Obviously, the people who really like you actually care about this stuff to a certain extent, or if they wouldn't be giving you money for this, right? So why are you not packaging these things and actually retiring them? You should have signed all this stuff and had it packaged up already to send to your quote-unquote fans. That's just my opinion. Because you've already made a ton of money off these vests and these hats. Countless times. You said, look, the vest streak was like 270 something, bruh. That's crazy. He made thousands of dollars off these articles of clothing. And he still want to try to charge somebody to get it sent to him. Why can't you just ship it to him as a thank you? You're so greedy, dude.
if you're interested in buying this chip, make a contribution and put the word chip into the contribution. All right, I'm going to be honest. This is pretty valuable. I would say, at a minimum, this is worth $500 because it has been not only in that video that was seen by tens of thousands of people around the world, if not hundreds of thousands, but also it's been in my background. $500. All right?
$500 for some DSP memorabilia that he doesn't even care about. I mean, he just said he didn't care about it less than 5 minutes ago. But of course, since he's drunk and because he's King Dent, he forgot what he said.
Right? So if you can do a $500 contribution by the end of the... I can't see a straight face. I can't keep a straight face doing this. I try so hard. I can't do... All right. PPP is a master at his craft. All right? He is. I cannot do what he does.
And this is why I said he's drunk. And we all know he's drunk. Because when Phil drinks, the truth actually come out, right? It's no different on his birthday when he, do you guys like me, right? And was crying. And it's the same thing. Okay, this is his real inner thoughts. He really admires PPP. He does. And that's why Phil has chosen not to engage with him. You know, he called out Duty. He called out Keemstar. He called out Craig. Remember he was on that crusade? But in my opinion, PPP disrespected him the most, but he ain't want nothing to do with him. Why? Because he knew he couldn't contend. He knew he couldn't contend.
I can't chill like he does. He is such an insane, like, blowhard, right? Like, he can sit here and he can just keep going and going, and you see his face gets red, And he's going and going. I can't do it. I can't even get through saying that this is $500 for a chip. I can't stop myself from breaking out laughing with how stupid it is.
Is this man really going to sit here and act as if he does not beg every single day? I mean, Phil, if you ask the layman about Darkside Phil, people who are not in the verse but know who he is, and we ask him what you're known for, begging is going to be in the top 2 for sure. For sure. Probably number 1 in most cases. So when you say shilling, what do you call you asking for money every single day? Because you're referring to he has a shill because he's asking for money.
Yeah.
Because this is the thing.
It's
At
asking
least
for
he
money.
has something of value to offer. This is why they can take vacations and come back and there'll still be an audience there waiting for them. Conversely, this is the reason why you stream every single day, all day. Because if you know, if you take too much time off, you won't have no audience left to come back to. Let's be real.
If you're interested in this chip, let me know. Do a contribution and put the word chip in the contribution. Say it, and say, hey, I want the chip. Let me know. By the end of this stream, let's see if someone does a significant enough contribution. $500, and you're guaranteed to get it. Or $5,000, and you're guaranteed to get a signed and autographed vest mailed to you.
This
Far
man
Cry
is a damn
anthology series.
money pit, a black hole. I mean, that leaderboard, I know it said $1,000-something, and some of y'all probably salty about that. I don't know why. I mean, because we already know where it's going. This man, Phil, has put so many kids, the people who are the executives at Scopely and they have children, Phil has put so many of those kids through college. So many of BMWs and brand new sports cars were purchased off of Phil's hard-earned money. So when you see that $1,000 on a leaderboard, trust and believe that shit was gone before the sun even started to dawn the next day. Trust me, because he was already pre-flighted. He was drinking this whole time throughout the marathon, right? So you already know. As soon as the cameras went off, it was on and popping. It was on and popping. He went straight to his little hole. He got his gin, and he said it was on. Now, I don't know what he was pulling for. I don't know if they got the Undertaker American Badass version 3 or Kane No Mask version 4. I don't know what's going on. But don't get in a tizzy about how much money he made. That shit is gone. Okay? Already gone. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.
Urban style content. I'm dead.
So she actually saw that I played the game. Oh my god.
It's kind of embarrassing,
Gran reacted to Asmon on her Insta. Oh my god. This is when you meet her, right?
동과장님?
Okay. Banana in hospital for Gran? There's no way, right? Okay. So she was kneeling on him, and
잘 지냈어?
okay. I think you're supposed to sub to her OnlyFans. Okay, time to get up. I'm gonna tell her.
과장님 이러다 사람 죽겠어요.
Okay. So I did that. I'm telling her the other one this time. So it should work this time, right? Okay.
It's funny.
We have a very important guest.
Admiral, how you doing, man?
I'm doing great. How about you? I've seen your videos on and off for the last 10 years. and now
Wow.
I'm talking to you. That's odd.
10 freaking years.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's, you've been watching this stuff for that long. Now, hold on a second. Hold on.
Yeah.
When you say you've been watching my
yep,
videos,
you're right.
are
You're
you
right.
actually watching my videos, or are you watching the detractors?
I'm watching
That's the question.
videos of you.
So the question, I guess my question for you is, overall, after watching me for 10 years, what is your impression? Because I hear things all the time, but I hear it from a very isolated group. And I'm curious, as someone who's been an outsider watching this kind of content, like, what do you think?
Well, I mean, like, the videos that I see, I mean, let's be honest. I mean, I'm sure you've seen a few of them, right? And a lot of people have opinions about the way that you stream. And especially about the way that you finance your streams. That's been a lot of people asking about this. Before we get into that, we got to get something straight.
Okay.
Can I just say it? Is it all right if I just, we just talk, straight?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so whenever you went on stream and you accidentally got caught drifting off, you got suspended by Twitch, right?
No.
What?
I was not streaming on Twitch. I was streaming on YouTube.
So you weren't streaming on Twitch when that happened?
No, I was actually not a Twitch streamer at that time. I was only streaming on YouTube, and nothing happened at all. I had zero repercussions for it because there was no nudity, there was no sound. It was just my O face, basically.
Right, of course. And so, why don't you stream on Twitch?
It's a good question.
I mean, wouldn't you just make more money? You're streaming on Kick, you're streaming on YouTube. At least on Twitch, because here's the way I see it, right? Is that if you're streaming on Twitch, you can at least make some money from ads. But, if you're streaming on YouTube, how the fuck do you make any money? Because, you're going to get, fucking super chats, maybe, or, a subscription, but that's about it, right?
No. I mean, I get ad revenue on every stream that I do on YouTube.
Yeah, but it's not
like... we're a video playing.
Yeah, it's not like Twitch, though. Twitch pays way more.
Twitch pays way more for ads?
They still do. If you're not like me, for me, I like talking about politics, and so I get paid about 3 cents a day. But if you don't do that, you get thousands of dollars. I mean, if you get enough viewers. Yeah.
Well, I did stream on Twitch for a while.
Why'd you stop?
And I stopped in 2021 because I
Yeah.
Where every stream I would have, like if I hit a certain threshold of support, I would put on a hat of your choice. I would put on a vest of your choice. The vest was a big one.
Oh, okay.
For a long time, I was hitting a goal and I would put on a vest, and people freaked out.
Yeah.
I had like 10 different vests that I would put on during the stream. The running joke was, when you go tune into one of these booby streamers, right? You give them money and they're gonna take clothes off. They're gonna jump in a hot tub. Well, DSP does it the other way. You give me money, I'm gonna put shit on.
Okay, all right, I like that. Sounds
You're
good,
paying
makes
me to
sense.
cover up.
So the DSP's vest streak comes to a miserable end. This is from 5 years ago. So you've been doing these vest streaks for a while.
The vest streak was when the vest started, which was early that year, and it lasted like maybe 4 or 5 months. Then after that, it was just an ongoing thing that I would do. We didn't always hit a goal, and I didn't always do that. Like I wouldn't always put on a vest, or it would only be if I hit a goal of support for a stream or something like that. Just a silly thing to do with the viewers. And that, I would say that was until about a year and a half ago. It's probably when I stopped doing it.
Why'd you stop?
I got tired of it. It was just stupid.
You
Like,
ran out
it
of
got to the
vests?
point where it's old and it's just, it's played out. It was silly for a while, but then a lot of the times you have people come to the stream and the only reason they're there is because, oh, can we hit the best goal today? Well, it's not really why I'm streaming.
So it is like an e-girl.
What's that?
It is like an e-girl. They're there to see if she's going to wear the bikini.
Yeah, in some ways you're absolutely right. I would say so. Yeah, it was the opposite thing, but yeah, it was kind of like that. And I got tired of it. I don't want to do that. I want to be making streams where people are showing up and they like the content I'm doing, whether it's the game playthrough or just hanging out with me, podcast, whatever it is. I don't want them to be here to see if I'm putting on a vest today. I think that's stupid.
So it was that the vest content was too popular.
At one point, like, you're talking about the vest streak?
Yeah.
There were entire streams where, like, the entire chat is like, is he gonna hit the goal?
Right.
Where is it the vest? The vest. I was like, guys, I'm playing a game. Can we like fucking talk about the game I'm playing over here? Like, I'm tired of this shit.
There's tons of girls that are like that on Twitch too. No, it's very common, and people objectify you, and they're not there for the game. They're there for you, and it's weird, and absolutely. So what about the hat though? Do you still do the hat goals?
No, that's all. Like I said, I phased
Okay.
all that stuff out. In fact, just this last year, since people still bring it up from time to time, on Independence Day, I did a stupid event called Indivestance Day, where if we hit milestone of support again, we put on a hat and a vest again. It was like a throwback event. And I said, you guys want to do it once a year? We'll do it once a year as a silly celebration, but I'm past doing that stuff.
So you divested from the best streams. I think that's probably a good idea. So now basically instead of paying you to put on a vest, what do they pay you for now? Just for nothing?
Just to support the stream.
That's
they like
it.
the content and they want to see it continue. Here's the difference though, and again, this is the people that used to criticize me. They had a fair point. And now I think things have changed.
Right.
Actually, can you see me on camera right now? Do you
I
see
can
my
see you.
center?
Yes.
Okay.
With the turkey in
so,
the background.
Yeah, as you can see, I put some money into my set recently. I upgraded everything. The camera's now nice HD quality and everything. Before that, I was in a lot of financial problems. I couldn't really afford to do anything that was high quality. So I was always the guy who made a living streaming, but his stream looked like shit, right?
Right, yeah.
So now, people have seen in the last year and a half, people started supporting me in droves. I was like, I'm going to show you, if you actually support me, I'm gonna do the things that I wanted to do. I'm going to get a better mic. I'm going to get better headphones. I'm going to upgrade my set. I got 2 PCs now, so I can pump out, high quality gameplay and do these streams, co-stream and all of it. We're talking about upgrading again later this week. I'm going to look at Black Friday deals and possibly upgrade my desk and stuff like that. But that's the thing, people like the content enough that they want to support it. It's not about, I want to see him put on a vest anymore. I just like Phil and I want his content to continue and to improve.
So they just give you money because they like you, basically.
Because they like the content, and some of them I'm sure like you too.
All right, well that's pretty good. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. And so you've done this for a long time. You said you're in financial troubles. How's your financial situation now? Are you comfortable talking about that, or is that something you don't really talk about on screen?
I'm not going to talk about anything specific because sadly with these people, how obsessed they are with me.
Yes.
If I give them a single piece of information, they'll try to find a way to data mine it and find out shit. They've gotten into accounts of mine before. They've been really messed up stuff, okay? But in general, today I am way better off than I have been in a very, very long time. I even said to everyone just the other day, it looks like this year is probably the best year financially that I've had in over a decade.
Wow.
Like, no lie.
All right, well that's pretty good.
So, speaking of accounts and everything, there's been a lot of people that looked into a WWE wrestling gotcha game account, and they think that it's your account. I think the name of it, if I remember correctly, because I saw the video on it, I'll admit, was called Down from the Rafters. Is this something that you did?
Yes. Well, I'll tell the whole story for you.
Go
All
ahead.
right, this way,
All right.
the audience will hear it and actually get the real story. So, yeah, WWE Champions is one of many mobile games that I've played over the years. Okay, I actually played some before, like WWE Supercard. That was another one that I spent a lot of money on.
How much?
And this is in Supercard, I don't know. See, the thing is, I've never added it together. It's thousands upon thousands of dollars.
Well,
I'll just say that right now.
Thousands
Okay?
could be 400,000. It could be 3,000.
It's definitely not 400,000. That's for sure.
But like,
I would
if you had to give a guess.
Yeah, I would have nothing if I spent $400,000 on these games.
Okay.
Okay. But yeah, it's definitely thousands and thousands of dollars. I don't know. I never sit down and look and add it together. And,
If you had to guess.
But you really want me to guess?
I want you to guess.
All right. Okay. Let's put it in
Yes.
perspective. When I used to play WWE Supercard,
Yes.
to even get the reward at the end of the event, to complete the event, you had to spend something like $700.
So they made you spend
I'm not
money.
kidding. You had to. What do you mean they made me? No, I chose to spend.
Okay, okay, all right, good. All right, because I've seen some gotcha games, right? Well, you get some people in that Genshin Impact game, they think that they're in love with the characters, so you can never be sure. All right, go ahead, continue.
No, I chose to spend the money. And,
Okay.
it's bad. Yes, at one point I was way overspending on these games.
Yes.
The only reason that WWE Champions is the one they bring up is because that's the one that they think they had the information, they've got the red-handed, they caught me and all of that.
They got you,
Okay.
yeah.
I played WWE Champions. I own an account that was called one thing. I changed the name to Down from the Rafters. I spent a lot of money on it. And then years ago, I sold it. I got rid of it because I couldn't play it anymore because these people were actually harassing me so much trying to play it. They got me kicked out of every faction that I tried to join. They were trying to data mine fucking Discord servers and shit to figure out if I ever talked to anyone. I had enough.
Yeah.
So I sold it at a ridiculous discount. I just got rid of it. Now to this day.
How much was the Down from the Raptors account? How much money did you spend on the account total? Like, again, just ballpark.
Okay. Let's think. I'll try to ballpark you. I will.
$10,000.
I would say, well, hold on, because, okay, WWE Champions started in 2017. Okay, that's when the game actually began.
8 years.
You couldn't really spend too much money in the early days. It was more like 2-3 years in that they changed it, and then all of a sudden you could start spending a lot of money.
Uh-huh.
And it was about a year and a half that I really spent too much. Yeah, I mean, I would say this, I definitely spent, no exaggeration, I probably spent $10,000 on that game. Yeah.
$20,000.
That's a maybe.
$25,000.
Probably not.
$30,000.
Definitely.
Okay, all right. So it's between probably $15,000 and $25,000. Does that sound pretty accurate? Okay. All right, that's
Probably.
good. So that's a lot of money to spend on a game like that. And why did you decide to play that game instead of like Genshin Impact or Wuthering Waves or Honkai Star Rail? What was? I guess if you're a fan of wrestling.
I was a fan of wrestling. I'd already played WWE Supercard. I got tired of it, and I started moving over to like other games. And for the record, I do play other mobile games too. It's just that this is the
You
one.
played
this is
Uma
the one
Musume?
that people focus. What's that?
Have you ever played Uma Musume?
No.
Oh man. Okay, so you're playing all the bad mobile games then. Yeah.
Wait, which one is that? Is that the horse racing one?
Yeah, it's the horse game.
I know about it. Yeah, I never got it.
Okay. All right.
But basically, my detractors, I guess someone suspected that the account was mine, and they came after me, and for years they harassed me, and for years, admittedly, I lied about it publicly. I just outright lied about it on stream, saying, no, I don't play that game, no, that's not me.
So were you embarrassed about it?
I was embarrassed about it. At one point, I would argue I knew I was overspending on it, but I kept doing it anyway. You know what I mean? Like, it was bad. And so, why am I talking about this publicly on my streams when my streams have nothing to do with this whatsoever? My streams are gameplay playthroughs and, vlogging. There's really no reason at all for me to be talking about this stuff publicly, but it keeps getting brought up like constantly in my content. So
Yeah, I know
you're gonna
that,
get to
yeah.
the point where I don't want to talk about it anymore. You know?
Uh-huh.
I'm like, no, I didn't do it. Fuck it, shut up. You know, I get all angry. And of course, again, kind of similar to 10 years ago with the "this is how you don't play" thing. Instead of playing it cool, instead of you know being calm, I have that angry reaction, and that's what people want, right? That's
Yeah.
the loud cow reaction that you want, and then it just extrapolates. You know, you say no once, well now we have more information that it's probably your account. Now we have more information. Oh my God, it's still coming up. All right, now to tell you where we are today.
Yes.
Okay. I don't play WWE Champions anymore. I quit. I'm done. I haven't played that game in months, and I'm done with it entirely.
What did your wife think about you playing the game? How did she feel about you spending that much money?
She knew.
Did she know, like, if you asked, if I were to ask her how much money does she think that you spent on that game, what would the answer, what would the number that she would give you be?
She would probably say like thousands, is what she would.
Yeah,
probably
but
say.
like, we're
She
going back to
doesn't
this,
know the
like,
definitive answer.
okay, so probably like, okay. But she'll probably assume that it would be a lot less than what you did spend?
I don't know.
You don't know, okay.
I never told. Again.
So she never got upset about you playing these games or anything like that?
No.
Okay. So you did this, and they found out that it was your game, because I saw you played. Then after it kind of got exposed and you admitted it, you actually ended up playing the WWE champions on your stream, right?
Oh, you mean when Jasper was over here and I took a picture, but the. Oh no, you're talking about when last year when I actually played the game on stream.
Yeah. Because I'm going to be honest, I've never seen you happier than whenever you were playing WWE champions on stream. Like this, like you were more locked in and excited about that game than like you were you were happier about that than you were about Elden Ring.
Because Elden Ring's all right. The thing is with a game like that, okay, and with any game that has this factor of risk reward, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're gonna do a pull. Are you gonna get the good pull or whatever? You hype it up. For that stream, I was way hyping it up because people have been talking about this shit for so long.
Yeah.
Here's my opportunity to take this shit that I've been eating for years and turn it into something positive that my viewers are into and everything.
Uh-huh.
And it worked, you know. There was a few streams there where people were excited. They were supporting the stream in droves. Hey, do more pulls. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but the thing is, and here's the truth, it died out after like a month and a half. No one cared about it.
People get tired of watching it. Yeah, there's like a novelty to it. No, I've done gotcha games on stream too. I know how it works. Yeah. So you've quit the game now.
Oh yeah, and that's like actually that was what kind of got me realizing this is stupid. Like, it's just waste of time, waste of money. I'm not addicted to it anymore. At one point, I would argue,
Power is the rate at which energy is generated or used, measured in watts, W, calculated as voltage multiplied by current, V asterisk
out
up.
of that now. I don't do
A
that
PSU
anymore.
must meet the combined power requirements of a PC's components, with its output capability measured in watts, known as its wattage rated.
These people will
Standard desktop PSUs are typically rated at 400 to 500 W, while enterprise workstations and servers often have PSUs rated well over 300 W, sometimes exceeding 1000 W, especially in systems with multiple CPUs and
They're very
GPUs.
angry.
Gaming
In
PCs
general,
may
whoever
require
goes to WWE
600 W
Just
or
in
more due
general.
to high-spec CPUs and graphics
So I
cards.
feel like there's a lot of
It
these
is crucial
people,
to correctly match the
they
PSU
really
wattage
are
to the
upset
system's
about the
power
fact that
requirements to
you
prevent
are
system
you.
instability or
They
damage.
don't like that.
An
They
underpowered
don't like
PSU
me?
can
No.
lead to several issues.
You're right.
System
Yeah.
So how,
instability,
like,
insufficient
why
power
are
can
they
cause
so
random
mad?
shutdowns, reboots,
It's a
or
good- it's-
crashes,
again, it's a good
as the
question,
PSU struggles to
because if you
supply
ask each and
adequate
every
power
one of
to
them, I
all
know they'll all have
components.
an answer, but the
Component
answer is just a
damage.
meme.
Consistently
And then when you
running a
analyze the meme,
PSU
you're
at
like,
or
do you
beyond
actually
its
know the truth
capacity
behind
can
what
lead
you're
to
saying about
overheating,
film? You'll be like, well,
potentially
no, it's just
damaging the
because of the traffic, and I saw the
PSU
video.
itself or other components.
So I would
Note,
love to hear
component power requirements vary
actual
widely.
people who aren't the
Okay.
For
directors
example,
making this content
CPUs can range from
but actual
17
people who
W
watch
to
their
over
content
100
to say to
W
me,
online
why is it that we don't
calculators,
like Phil so much?
such as
Okay, you said you would watch
coalarmmaster.com
this.
slash
Yeah,
power
I'm gonna give
hyphen
you my
supply
answer.
hyphen
It's
calculator
not that I don't like you.
can help
I think
determine
you're
power
fine. I think
needs.
it's funny. I get
When
the
specifying
I
a
get it, right?
PSU for a system with high
but-
power requirements, assess
You
the power
asked for
distribution
money.
across output voltage.
Like-
Distribution refers to
Because
the
like
power
I'll see
supply
like
over
there'll be
each
a new
rail,
video and
which
it'll
is a
pop up
wire
on my
providing
YouTube
current at a
recommendations on my
specific
smart
voltage.
TV, and it
For
will
modern
just show
computers,
up.
The
And
plus
it's
12
like there's a
VDC
new
rail
one
is
like
the most
every
important
day,
due to its
and it's
heavy
you
usage.
talking about people
Example power
like needing a
distribution,
sub goal.
output
Kick,
rail,
recently there was
VDC,
one about
maximum
people on
load,
Kick that
A,
weren't supporting the
maximum
stream as
output,
well, and
W,
supporting the stream
plus
is giving money.
3.320 100
And I
and
feel
30
like
plus
it's a very,
520
very
100
common
and 30
thing.
plus
And
12
like, so
33
how
300
how
and
many times
96
a day
minus
do you
12
think you mention the
0.89.6
amount, like
plus 5
people, like
standby
something in relation
2.5
to
12.5
you
note.
receiving money?
The plus 3.3V and plus
It depends.
5V
Well, every time
outputs have a
I receive
combined
something, I do a
limit.
shout out.
For modern
Besides
computers,
that.
the plus 12 VDC
Well, like,
rail
whenever
is
you
the
make a
most
call,
important,
how often do you
as
make
it
a
is the
call to
most
action
heavily
or draw
used.
attention to the fact
Energy
that you can
efficiency
donate money to
PSU
the
efficiency is a critical factor in
Oh,
system
like
performance
your
and energy
situation.
consumption. For
Well,
example, a
what do you mean, like,
300 W
number of
PSU
mentions?
operating
You
at
mean the
75%
Yeah.
efficiency draws
Stream.
400
Because I
W
stream-
from the
I stream
outlet,
a lot. I
with
stream
the
every
excess
day,
100
from
W
around
lost as
11:30
heat.
a.m. till around 4
This
p.m. and then I have a
inefficiency
second
not only
stream that starts
increases
around, like,
energy costs
6:37
but
and
also
that goes till, like,
contributes
10.
to additional
Okay.
heat
So you're talking about
generation,
8 hours of streaming
which can
a day.
impact the
Yeah.
cooling
Alright.
needs of the system. To
Every
address
morning
these
when I start, I
concerns,
bring it up. I'll say, oh,
PSUs are
we have
often
our
rated
goals for
according
week,
to the
and, you know,
80
here's
plus
what we're doing today,
certification
this and that,
program,
here's how you can
which
contribute.
signifies their
And then,
efficiency
you know, during the
levels.
course of
Some common
podcast
efficiency
or whatever,
ratings
I might bring it
include
up, like, half
80
the
plus
podcast
bronze,
or the end of the show.
at least
If we're near
82%
the goal,
efficiency at
like, let's say, for
20%
example, we're
load,
at 100.
85% at 50% load,
Jasper,
Oh,
and
there he is.
82% at 100% load.
Yeah.
80 plus silver,
I don't think they
at least
minded.
85% efficiency
No,
at
everyone else
20%
do that.
load,
So.
88%
But
at
let's say, for
50%
example,
load,
we're getting close
and
to a goal. Oh, we're at
85% at
100 bucks, I have
100%
for
load.
today. I'm going to bring it up and say, hey,
80 plus
we're there,
gold,
we're in the home stretch,
at least
guys. Hey, please
87%
contribute to, like,
efficiency
content,
at
you know?
20% load,
And now, what the thing is,
90%
I
at
also
50%
can, my
load,
audience is
and
here every day.
87%
I
at
hand it up sometimes. I do
100%
it as a
load.
joke. I'll
80 plus
overly go
platinum,
overboard on
at least
purpose.
90%
And the
efficiency at
audience knows
20%
it's a joke.
load,
But someone
92%
flips
at
it out of
50%
context and
load,
throws it out there.
and
Look what Phil did
89%
today.
at 100% load.
The audience is
80
laughing
plus
at it.
titanium,
They're having fun
at
with
least
it. They know I'm
90%
not
at
serious. They
10%
know that
load,
So they like what you're
92%
saying is they like
efficiency
you
at
begging for money.
20% load,
They think it's
94%
funny.
at
They want you.
50%
Do you
load,
think that they want
and
you to do it?
90% at 100% load.
Do they want me to ask
These
for
ratings
content?
indicate how efficiently
Yes.
a PSU
No.
converts
But they
AC
want me to
power from
succeed.
the outlet into
Okay.
DC power for the
They want me to
computer's
be
components.
successful. For example,
More
there was a
efficient
day I actually
PSUs,
tested it out.
such as
Once
those
did I
with
ask
gold
for
or higher
contribution
ratings,
during an entire
reduce
day?
the amount of
So
wasted
you went a whole
energy,
day without asking
thereby
for money.
generating less heat.
Yes.
This
Yeah.
reduction in heat generation
made 30
can
bucks.
decrease the cooling requirements of the
Well, what's
system,
the average?
leading to
Well, okay,
quieter
that's fine.
operation
Like, what's
and
the
potentially
average, though?
extending the lifespan of components by maintaining
I would
lower
say at
operating
least three.
temperatures.
Oh, wait. What's the
Energy
average?
Star 80 plus
Stream?
compliant
Yeah, what's the
PSUs
What's the
must be
average
at
a
least
day?
80%
Yeah,
efficient
a day.
at
I would
20 to
say
100% load,
Each stream that
ensuring
I
a
do, I try to go
baseline of
over
energy
50 bucks, and I
efficiency
stream
and
twice a day.
reliability
So
for
you want
consumers.
$300 a day.
By choosing a PSU
I
with a
like
higher
that. I
efficiency
don't
rating,
get it. I do
users can
sometimes, and
benefit
that's
from
nice when I
lower
do.
energy costs, reduced heat
What's
output,
the
and improved
ratio
overall
that you get
system
$300
performance.
in a day? Like how like what percent? You get it half the time, 20% of
I
the
would have
time.
to. I would have to analyze. I would say today I actually get it more often than not. Today,
Wow.
like it didn't used to be like that. It used to be a lot worse. And then what happened is in the last year and a half, I admitted to the WWE Champions thing. I apologized for it to everyone for lying over the years. I said, listen, it's in the past. I'm not doing that stuff anymore. As you can see, my money is actually going towards the set. It's going towards the business. It's going towards important things.
Yeah.
You know, I'm out of financial distress thanks to you guys. Thank you so very much. I'm so grateful that my fans are supporting me in this way and allowing me to have kind of like a second chance at life because now things are better. I'm coming out of that tunnel that I was in there.
Yeah.
And they're coming out and supporting the content because of it, and I'm very grateful for it. But what happens is the detractors clip these moments of and say, oh, see, all he does is e-bag all day and he makes $20 a stream. That's
Yeah.
not true at all. I'm actually doing really well for myself. I'm happy with where I am right now.
So if you're doing really well, why do you keep begging?
Because that's how it works. That's the
So
formula.
it's like basically you have to keep you think that the more that you ask for money, the more money you get. Or is there like there's a min-max level of that where it's like you can get at a certain point you ask the optimum amount of times and you get the optimum amount of money. Is that basically it? There's like a
Again,
ratio.
yes and no, because for me, what I find is it really depends on what I'm doing. Like, I've been around since 2008, right?
Right.
So I have a variety of viewers who come for specific things. Like I do variety content, complete different kinds of games. So there might be someone who comes by only when I play an RPG, or someone who only comes by when I play an FPS.
Yeah, sure.
If I stand there and I just keep asking that audience over and over, it might not work. Or it could be that there's someone who's like, oh crap, that's right, Phil streaming, you know, today I want to support it. And
so you're like reminding them to give you money. You're like, oh, they might have forgotten, and it's like, oh shit, I forgot I had to give them $5.
Yes, and to be clear, because I see the reason that you're making, okay, and it's fine, I get it. Did you know that before I became a full-time streamer in 2017, that I was not someone who asked for contributions at all? In fact, I was staunchly against it, and I criticized it.
So why, I mean, I guess, so like what happened, so I guess like you had another job?
No. So
you were unemployed?
I was laid off from an office job that I had in 2010.
Okay.
Then I tried to make YouTube my living, and it worked. And that started in 2011. So from 2011 to 2017, but the majority of my income was just ad revenue on videos on YouTube. And I wasn't doing streaming where I was asking for subs, asking for memberships, asking for super chats, asking for tips. I did have a Patreon at one point that I was using for like side projects and things. But for the most part,
would you shout out the Patreon?
No, I barely use the Patreon anymore. It's like a legacy thing. So it's
So basically for a long time you weren't asking for money, but then I guess like, so whenever I'm assuming, you know, like the way that the timeline you're explaining it to me is, it seems like the reason why you started asking for money was probably because you got demonetized and like your YouTube revenue got fucked up. Is that what I'm assuming?
It wasn't demonetization. It was a combination of factors. I had already mentioned the copyright strike thing in 2015. So my channel was always one of the highest ranked gaming channels on YouTube for a long time. And then in 2015, I got hit with all these false copyright strikes. Machinima/YouTube told me to delete a bunch of videos. So I did. And my channel got thrown right out of the recommended algorithm. Like every fall, I used to call it the hardcore gaming season. All the big AAA games come out in the fall, right? And so
each PSU has multiple power connectors that supply DC voltage to the motherboard and devices at 3.3 VDC, 5 VDC, and 12 VDC.
And so
voltage regulators adjust the supplied voltage to match the component's requirements. The motherboard's power port is called the P1 connector or the 24-pin ATX power connector. A PSU also includes Molex and SATA power connectors, as well as 4/6/8/16-pin connectors for CPU and PCIe adapter card power ports.
Yes, the e-begging, whatever you want to call it, and I've been successful doing that for quite a while now.
Yeah, it seems that way. I mean, $300 a day is a lot of money. I mean, your channel, the DSP Gaming channel, was in 2010, and you said you were uploading since 2008. So, where was the original channel?
The original channel is just called Darkside Phil.
That's it.
Really primitive stuff. That's old stuff. That's my original content, just camera. I wasn't even on camera in that content. You know, it was just kind of like recording my screen with a camera. Those are my oldest walkthroughs.
Is that channel still active?
It is active. It's not even monetized. It's just legacy content. If you want to go check it out, it's like 2.5 years where I did it as a hobby. I started before you could monetize gameplay videos. You could make $1 on a gameplay video. So I had passion for it. I liked doing it as a hobby for 2.5 years. And then in 2010, I said, I want to kind of do it a little bit more seriously. That Darkside Phil channel had gotten a false copyright strike. And I said, let me start fresh. I'll make a new channel. So I did. And that's when DSP Gaming started in 2010.
Well, there was an accusation like people had that like you told people to click ads, and that's one of the reasons why you had your ad revenue taken away. Did you do that?
So here's the story. Okay. 2009, I did my first face reveal video. Okay.
Like Dream.
All right, not exactly.
Okay. Go ahead.
But similar, like people never thought that I would look like this. They thought, they always say my voice doesn't match the body. Like my voice, like I look different than I sound, I guess, right? So they were like shocked or whatever. Now, keep in mind back then, I was not making any money doing any of this. I didn't have monetized videos, but people liked my content. I've been doing it for just about a year, and people wanted to see more. Can you play this game? Can you get this console? Can you do this? And I was like, well, I can't monetize my gameplay videos, but what I could do is do like a vlogging channel and see if I can get that into the YouTube partner program And it worked. It
Yeah.
did. Like, I got it monetized. And all I was doing over there was a few vlogs every week. I think this is when I actually started the DSP Tries It series, where I started like taste testing food and stuff like that. You know, it was just like try anything, because I could monetize that channel, make a few extra bucks. Didn't make a lot of money, but hey, every buck counts when this is your hobby and you're just trying to buy games and finance, you know, your hobby. So I did the face reveal video. In the video, I brought up, hey, you know, I don't make any money on the gameplay, but if you were to go over to the vlogging channel and watch the videos and click the ads, it would help me out. Yeah, I actively said that. 100%. It's in black and white. You can see it right now. It wasn't, like, intentional. Like, at that point, I didn't even know that that was a problem. Okay? Now, here's where the narrative's broken, because my detractors will say, well, that's why you had all these financial problems, because you lost your monetization on YouTube.
Yeah.
I lost my monetization on YouTube in December of 2010. That video was put up in like, early to mid-2009. It had nothing to do with that video at all. Okay, here's what really happened.
Okay.
I was working a full-time office job, and that was my real income. That's where I was paying my mortgage with and everything. Okay, I got laid off in October 2010, and there was no other jobs like in that sector. Like basically the economy.
Well, that was during the 2008 recession.
The ATX PSU standard has undergone several revisions, specifying different connector form factors.
What am I going to do?
In the original ATX specification, the P1 connector is 20 pin, 2x10, with black wires for ground, yellow for plus 12B, red for plus 5B, and orange for plus 3.3B. Most systems use the 24-pin 2x12 P1 connector.
In 1 month,
some PSUs include a 20 plus 4-pin P1 adapter cable for compatibility with older 20-pin motherboards.
Oh, wow. Okay, so you're
a
making
24-pin main motherboard
a
power cable and port.
Yes, that was 2010, late 2010. Now, this is the personal AdSense through YouTube.
So you were balling. Okay, that's pretty good.
And then the next month, I made $18,000.
Wow.
And YouTube said, there's something wrong here. How can this guy overnight go from making $500 to $13,000 to $18,000? This doesn't make sense. And they suspended my AdSense account and said, we think that there's invalid clicking activity. We think that you have people who are going to your ads and just going crazy on them because they feel bad for you because you lost your job.
So it's kind of like the vest thing, right? Where like everybody wanted, and the vest thing was so popular that you had to stop it. And it's the same thing with YouTube. That like it's a suffering from success. You came up too fast, and they weren't ready for it.
In that case, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's exactly what happened. Is people felt bad. That back then I was like the underdog. Everyone liked my content and wanted to support me because I had lost my job, and they all went overboard. And I lost my AdSense at that time.
Yes.
Later on, years later, I got it unsuspended and everything after a time period had passed. But that's when I ended up having to go get partnered with another company like Machinima to make revenue on YouTube again.
So all that happened, and now, like, are you getting ad revenue on YouTube and everything is fine, right?
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so everything's totally okay. There's no issues anymore. And so if I understand this, so like, okay, so you were not asking for money because you were getting ad revenue, and now you're getting ad revenue still, and you still ask for money. Is it just because it's not as much as it used to be? Is that pretty much it? Like, would there ever be, like, theoretically, right, if you got $15,000 a month now, because, like, also, do you increase the amount of money that you try to get per year, like, based off of inflation? Because I saw a video of, like, you asking for $300, and this was, like, 2 years ago. It's gone up a lot since then, right? So, like, it should be, like, $315.
No, I mean, it's all just, like, kind of an arbitrary thing. I'm not sitting here with a calculator trying to figure out exactly what should be made, what does. I've tried different amounts.
Well, how long have you done the $300 goal?
Probably all this year.
Well, it was 2 years ago, right? I mean, it was 2 years ago, and so I mean, like, when did you start doing it?
The $300 goal?
Yeah.
With 2 streams of 150? That was definitely this year. Now,
no, because
previously
it says
I tried other things.
Because there's a YouTube video with a title that says that you've been doing it 2 years ago. So
Well,
is the YouTube video lying? Okay.
No, I've changed the amounts over the year. Sometimes it was 100. There was
Right.
times that it was 200. It's gone up and down based on what the market will bear, essentially.
So
You
it
know,
is
like,
for inflation. Okay.
You got to test it. You got to see
Yeah.
what people are willing to support with. You know what I mean?
Right.
And for the record, you're talking about the ad revenue thing. Do I have ad revenue right now? Yes, I do. Is it anywhere near what I used to make? Absolutely not. The ad revenue has tanked because my views are way low because everyone steals my content.
Yeah.
So I don't get a lot of views on my content anymore. My own content. The thing is, everyone knows DSP. Everyone watches DSP. They just don't watch DSP on DSP Gaming. They watch it everywhere else. So I don't make anything when you watch me. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
so the ad revenue is kind of it's nice to have a little bit of side income, but that's nothing like what it used to be. Back then, we're talking 10 years ago, everyone watched DSP on DSP Gaming. I was making 10,000, 20,000 views on a gameplay video. Just a
Right.
raw gameplay, you know? Now I make a few hundred. So it's pretty insane, the decline there, because people rip it right away. They restream it live. They
Sure.
put it on their channel before I even have a chance to get someone to watch it on mine.
I mean, there's a video here, and it has almost 5 million views, and it's about you.
Oh,
Darks from Turkey Tom. It's a this is longer than I think it might be longer than the Two Towers, Lord of the Rings.
Oh,
That's
there's
incredible.
a 4-hour documentary from last year from June the King, and I reacted to that whole thing.
Wow.
A modular
Okay.
power supply has
So
detachable
all right.
power
So there's been a
connector
lot of
cables,
these, and
allowing
yeah,
you to use only
by
the
the way, it should
necessary
be
ones.
$325.
This reduces
now.
clutter
If you
within the
installed it
chassis,
2 years
improving
ago. That's right.
airflow
Yeah. So
and
it should be a
cooling.
little bit higher.
For example,
so if you were
a
making,
non-modular
let's
PSU might
say,
have 4 or 5 molecs or
$15,000,
solder
is there
connectors,
well,
but
let's
the
just say, is
PC
there
might
a
only
number
need 2.
That's like,
With the modular
semi-reasonable
PSU,
that you would
you
get
can remove the
to, you would say,
unnecessary
okay,
cables.
I'm now making
Modular
this much
power
money
supply
on my
with pluggable
streams.
cables.
I don't need to ask people for money anymore. Like, is there ever going to be a universe where you stop asking for money?
That's a good question, but okay, let's think of this reasonably, right? Like, cost of living.
Okay, so the answer is no.
Nobody's self-sufficient. No, it's not true. Okay, here's. I said people have said to me. Listen, people
Go
ask me
ahead,
questions.
go ahead.
One question that they ask me all the time. Phil, right now, let's say you were to win the lotto. Now, let's say you didn't
Yeah.
become like insanely wealthy, but let's say you won $10, $20 million.
That's pretty good.
Would you still stream? And the answer that I say is yes, I would still stream. It would be way decreased from what I do now. You know, I wouldn't be doing 6 days a week. Maybe I do 2-3 days a week because I like doing it. But it would basically be my hobby. I would not accept contributions, or if I accepted contributions, I would donate them all because I don't need the money. I'm $20 million. I'm probably good for the rest of my life.
Yeah,
You know,
I would
don't
say
need to
so.
worry about. I don't need to fucking do nothing. You know, so that's it. Like, I love what I do. I do it for the passion of doing it. I'm not doing it to sit here and beg all day. I say to my audience all the time, I wish I didn't have to ask you guys for anything. It was awesome back in the day before the channel got screwed up. And
Yeah.
the views plummeted and the ad revenue plummeted. It was just about playing the games. But now what's happened is I've changed my content. Now I'm a more social streamer. Now a lot of the times it's more about hanging out and having a good time and conversing rather than the game. A lot of the more popular things I do are not necessarily like difficult games. It'll be like a chill game, a game where we're just sitting back and talking and relaxing when I play. You have that social element, and then people say, hey, well, I really liked what we did today. We hung out, we had a good time here, here's a contribution. As opposed to, oh, here's a video you watched and I made ad revenue on it because you like that I raged in the video. It's like a completely different kind of content, very different component.
So yeah, you have people that like you and they're going to give you money. Okay, yeah, sure. I mean, I think that's the way streaming generally works. I mean, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, and you do exist inside of an ecosystem with other people that are
Redundant
similar
power
to you. Who would you
supplies are
say
crucial in
like kind of
maintaining
has
system
the same
uptime
type
and
of
preventing data
detractors that
loss,
you have?
especially in enterprise
Oh, yeah,
environments
you're
where
talking about
continuous
the locale
operation is vital.
Universe.
Well, I didn't want
A
to use
computer
that
system
word.
may be equipped
but
with
yeah.
2 PSUs,
But that's, listen,
with one
the thing
serving
is,
as a
I used to also
failover
pay
redundant
when
power
people call me a
supply.
locale, but now I understand.
This setup ensures that if one
You're a
PSU
locale,
fails,
it's not because
the
of
other
your
can immediately
choice,
take
it's because
over,
people have made you a
minimizing
locale.
downtime
Like,
and
they have
protecting
chosen
against data
to try
loss.
to elicit a kind of
This
reaction from
configuration
you.
is
They're gonna try to
particularly
get your
critical
goat
in
every day
scenarios
after.
such as
And
data
you're
centers
human,
or high
you're gonna give
availability
them that
systems,
reaction every once in a
where
while. That's what they
uninterrupted
want.
service is
Now you're a
essential.
locale. They got the locale,
In these
right?
environments,
Right.
So,
redundant power supplies help maintain system reliability and performance, even during power failures or PSU malfunctions.
So
In server setups, each PSU typically
Yeah, yeah, I
connects
get
to a
it. I get it.
backplane, a circuit
Yeah.
board that provides the
As
electrical
far as I know.
connections between different components.
So, Okay,
The
well, what do you
backplane
think
allows for
about?
hot
I'm gonna give you
swappable
some
PSUs,
names, and I'm
meaning
curious
faulty
to get
units
your
can be
opinion
replaced
on
without
some of
opening
these
the
guys.
case or
What do you
interrupting
think
power
about
to the
Wings of
system.
Redemption?
This feature is invaluable in maintaining uptime and ensuring that critical services remain available.
Would you consider him
Redundant power
similar?
supplies are less common in desktop computers because desktops are generally not required to maintain the same level of uptime as servers. In server environments, however, the need for continuous operation and data integrity makes redundant PSUs a standard feature.
The fact that they do the same, they try to elicit the response from him, they try to harass him, they try to mess with his income. Yeah, it's similar there.
Okay, well, what about Boogie? Boogie 2988.
Yeah, I don't know, to be frank, I don't know much about him. Like, I know the content he used to make, and I don't know what level of, like, harassment or detractors he's had. I haven't really followed him that well to even really answer that question fairly.
Yeah.
But to my understanding, yes, he's a Lao Cow. And, you know, he's part of the whole Lao Cow live universe and all of that.
Oh, yeah.
Content,
so what about Low Tier God?
Yeah, he has a community very similar where they data mine his stuff to find things that he's said and done.
The child support,
The child support joke and all of that.
So you know about it even?
Yeah, of course.
Who in the Lol Cow universe deserves to be in the universe the least?
The least?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Like who is the most unfairly treated?
Asmongold, to be honest with you, I don't follow this stuff. I don't. Like, unlike a lot of these people who they get, like, into it because they try to, like, profit from it or ride with it, I try to just stay out of it. I always say, like, there's this big vortex around me. I'm kind of like the eye of the storm, but I don't pay attention to the storm. I'm just trying to do my own thing on stream every day. I want to stay out of the toxic shit. I don't want to try to benefit from the drama.
Right.
I don't even want to talk about that shit on my streams. I don't have drama streams and shit like that.
So you don't have so you don't really start drama with other people. You don't really talk about other people. Like, I've seen a couple of clips of you talking about me, but this is like over the last 3 years, right? So like it's not really that often. And like especially for somebody with me.
Someone brings you up, or
of
someone
course.
bring up an LTG, then I'll respond. But in general, it's a really rare occurrence where I'll just bring up, oh yeah, this asshole today did this, let's laugh at this. Almost never. I would almost never do that. And I don't react to content like that either. Very rarely.
Okay, so that's kind of a good thing, I would say. Have you ever thought about doing that? Like starting like a LolCal podcast or like making more drama videos or anything like that? Or is it just not something that's interesting to you?
Well, first off, I mean, Keemstar wanted me to be part of the LolCal podcast.
What do you think about Keemstar?
I think Keemstar is a smart guy in that he knows how to make content that people will watch and support.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily agree with the content he makes, but that doesn't mean that I have to. Like, I can say, okay, that's not for me, but respect to the guy who actually was successful doing that content, right?
Okay,
I used to be a hater. I used to actually hate on that content and be a jerk about it, but now I'm like, why am I going to be a hater?
Who
I shouldn't be a hater.
do you hate?
Who do I hate?
Yes!
Like, hate a person?
Who do you hate? Whose content do you watch that makes you mad?
No one. I don't hate watch content at all.
So,
I don't.
Alright, what about, how much do you know about pirate software?
Very little.
Do you know what happened with Pirate? Alright, can you explain it to me?
From what I'm to understand, I guess Pirate Software was someone who said that he worked at Blizzard. I guess he did.
He did.
And so he became this like big respected game dev. He was making an indie game for a long time. And I guess he kept making promises that he was going to release this part of the game, this part of the game. And he kept making excuses why he wasn't doing it, even though it was like crowdfunded and everything. And then come to find out, over the years, his web of lies kind of unraveled, that half the shit that he was saying why the game wasn't being delivered was not true. And then I guess, for what I'm understanding, again, I could be wrong, you correct me if I'm wrong, because this is a very broad understanding. I guess people always thought he was really good at MMOs because he worked at Activision Blizzard, and then he played World of Warcraft, and he like made critical errors and sucked at it, and then he blamed everyone else, so people hated him for it. Kind of sounds a little similar to kind of my early days when like I was always saying, oh, my shit doesn't stink, I'm like conceited and everything. And then I got angry when people criticized me. So I kind of see like a little parallel there maybe.
Do you have any advice for him?
This is actually happening.
Oh, well, I don't know what happened to him. What's going
Okay.
on with him at this time?
I don't know. I mean, I think he's kind of honestly. I respect Thor. I think Thor's a great guy, but you know, he went through a lot of drama with Classic WoW, and like I was curious because you know I'm a big WoW guy. I used to be at least, and so I was curious like kind of like what your abbreviated version of it was compared to like what somebody like me knows that is a purveyor in all drama, slop, and garbage. And so yeah, I think that you're definitely like kind of on point with that. And yeah, you were right about all of this. I mean, I would say so, yeah. And so, what advice would you give somebody who is making content and wants to avoid being a lolcow?
Oh man. See, for me, I've been doing this for so long.
Yeah.
There was no track record of people who had done content like I was doing to follow. There was no blueprint, there was no history to follow.
Right.
So you didn't know what was right. Back in the day, I would say and do whatever the hell I wanted, thinking, I'm never going to get in trouble for this. Here we are 15 years later, people are trying to cancel me for something I said in 2010, acting like I said it yesterday.
Yeah.
You know, it's ridiculous. So what I would say is, today if you're a content creator, you actually have examples that you can look at and you can analyze, and you can see what worked and what hasn't. You can look at someone like me, someone like Boogie, someone like Wings, someone like LTG, whoever you want to say is the
Sure.
lolcow of the day, Pirate Software.
Whoever your favorite
and
one
see
is.
what exactly, and see the mistakes they made and learn from them. Take these people's life experiences and try to do stuff better. Because for someone like me, I was considered an innovator back in the day. I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Yeah.
And now, you know, here we are. I'm in the situation I'm in. I'm like, well, hindsight's 20/20. Now I look back and say, man, I was an asshole back then. But there's nothing I can do about it. I'm just living with that.
Sure. Yeah, no, it makes sense. I mean, there's been a number of clips I've seen about the Tears. Have you seen the one with the Tears of the Kingdom?
Tears of the Kingdom. Oh, okay, let me think. Zelda. So that was the one. The meme. I'm trying to remember the meme, because remember, there's always a meme about me. Wasn't the meme that I sucked at doing the puzzles with the building shit, and I just like, it was like I was smashing my head against the wall trying to solve the puzzles, while other people would solve it like super quick or something like that? I think that was the meme anyway.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, for me, here's me. I'm ass backwards. If there's something that's simple, I can't do it. It's like, I'm a dunce. I'll have a square peg and I'm trying to shove it into a round hole, right? But then you'll present me with the most complex puzzle or hard boss fight, and I'll beat it like second try.
Oh.
It's weird. Like, I'm just like opposite.
Okay. So, how many tries did it take you to beat Melania in Elden Ring?
It took me, it was just half a stream, and then another stream. I think it was 4 hours.
Okay, all right. I mean, that's probably on par, I would say. And so you.
But
okay, go ahead.
The final boss of Sekiro.
Ishin.
3 tries. 15 minutes.
Okay, all right. That's respectable. It is. All right, that's pretty good.
It's just dumb. Why? I don't know. I just destroyed it.
So
Everyone's like,
sometimes you're really good at games, sometimes you're not, and it's just like that's just I guess kind of like your way of thinking is different. So sometimes you'll immediately pick up on something, and other times you won't even be able to figure out the ball pressure plate thing. Is that pretty much accurate?
Exactly
Yes.
right. I would say for sure. People like watching my streams because they completely get to see this weird take on shit that they're like, how does he get into these situations? But then how did he fucking do that so quick? You know?
Okay, yeah, so yeah, I haven't seen the Sekiro thing. I'm gonna have to look at it again. And apparently there's Battlefield 6 was another one.
I did terrible at that.
So did I.
I'm also currently doing awful at Call of Duty. I can't fucking play it this year to save my life. I'm sucking horribly at it.
Yeah, no, I don't blame you. I mean, so it's very interesting to talk to you about it because, I mean, I've heard about a lot of these stories. Like, I've seen the detractor videos and I've seen a lot of this stuff. Do you wish that the detractors would stop making videos about you?
No, because it's their right. It is their right within the law to make a transformative work about me.
Sure.
And to criticize me or to make fun of me, that's fine.
Yeah.
What I don't want, and what is illegal and should stop immediately, is people who are live streaming me right now because they're not adding anything. They're literally illegally stealing the content and making views and money on it. People who rip my shit raw and just put it up illegally. That has to stop. But I can't stop it because I can't be issuing lawsuits up, down, left, and right. I don't make that much money to be doing that. And plus, I don't want to tie up courts with these shit, with how many people are out there doing it. So that needs to stop. The transformative work stuff, I have no problems with. Go for it.
So would you, if you could, would you claim their ad revenue for yourself?
If there was a way to do it, but to my knowledge, and maybe
Okay.
you know different from me, you need to be with a partner network, and the partner network works with YouTube to do it. I'm not with a partner network. I'm on my own, AdSense account.
Okay, all right. Well, that makes sense. I mean, I'm curious. Like, obviously, I've asked you a lot. Do you have any questions you have for me?
Sure, absolutely.
Oh, go ahead. All
Thank
right.
you. By the way, I just to be clear here, I'm not offended at anything you asked. I think that was great questioning, and I think that you were very fair and you were very respectful.
I'm trying to be. Yeah, of course. I try to do as much as I can. Go ahead.
I know that once I go off the stream, you'll probably laugh about it and talk shit about me.
Well, I mean, it depends on if I see the Tears of the Kingdom clip again. I mean, let's be honest.
I don't care if you talk shit about me. I don't. But the thing is, I've had some bad situations with snaking where a couple of years ago I was on a podcast. The way that they spun it was, so we're going to have you on this podcast, we're going to interrogate you, and then after that we're going to have you on as a guest, and we're going to do all kinds of fun stuff. So yeah, initially it might be negative, but then after that it's going to be positive.
Okay.
They completely reneged on it. After they did it, they basically snaked me, and they turned it into this 3-ring circus, like 3 weeks of content, making fun of me, milking my detractors for money. It was really fucked up. All right, so I appreciate that you have actually given me the chance to just come and talk to you in front of your audience. And I think that it was a fun conversation. I did. I enjoyed the questions you asked. I don't think that anything was unfair or inflammatory.
I try not to be, right? I mean, I think that's, I try to ask the questions that, I have and other people have, etc. Yeah, sure. What questions do you have for me? Go ahead.
Yeah, so here's a question I got for you. Honest question, you're huge, right? I don't even know what your viewership, because I don't watch it, to be honest.
Yeah.
And again, I don't take offense, I don't watch anyone.
Base.
So I don't, it's not like I'm choosing to not watch you or anything.
Yeah, sure.
So on an average day, it seems like, man, your formula of content creation is way different from mine. Like, you just kind of sit down and you roll with it, whatever your people are presenting you on a stream. You're just kind of like reacting to whatever the news of the day is or whatever, which is so different from what I do. So, for example, let's say on a random day you choose to watch a DSP hate clip from a detractor. There's a new one you want to watch.
Yes.
Right? When you watch that clip, do you actually 100% believe everything you're seeing? Or do you think that maybe this could be a spin or a taken out of context kind of a situation? Because I mean, my impression is that a lot of people just watch it for the lulz, right, for the laugh, but they don't realize that maybe what they're watching isn't necessarily the whole truth.
So it depends on the clip. I mean, I think that, like, for example, with, like, putting the balls in the thing with Tears of the Kingdom, I think that you actually fucked that up. I do. Am I right?
I don't specifically remember when I was doing it the first time.
Okay.
But I think that was actually one of the puzzles I did have problems with.
Okay, so you did. All right. So, I mean, there's that. And also, like, I mean, sometimes, like, you've gotten mad at Elden Ring. I think that the majority of those times were probably legitimate. Like, you were probably actually mad. Let me think. Besides that, I watched you play Donkey Kong, and you got hit by basically every spiky thing. I think you probably did. You do that on? Did you, I bet. Like, you didn't do that on purpose, did you?
I didn't do that on purpose. Now, of course, taken out of context, that's like one of the 2 times in the entire game you need to surf on that object. That's it. The game literally, it introduces this, and you never use it again. So it's like, here's the one time you need it, learn it on the fly. Oh, shit. Okay, so, of course, they're going to have me fail. And that's what they put online, not the fact that, I never had to use it again in the game, so obviously I failed it.
So it was the game's fault?
No, it's not necessarily the game's fault, but
okay.
I mean, my reaction's legitimate. I'm upset.
Okay, so all right. And what about, I mean, Mario Kart was crazy, huh?
I do not like to do Mario Kart. I do not like to do Mario Kart, man. I don't.
Okay. So Mario
Kart was a little bit more struggle. Okay. Go ahead. Yeah, Mario Kart, back in the day, there was a combination. It was about your skill of driving and knowing the tracks and items. This new Mario Kart, in my opinion, people who could disagree, Mario Kart World is about the items. Like, that's it. Like, there's entire strategies where all you do is bank items and then spam them at the end of a race, and you go from like last place to first. And I just don't like that about Mario Kart World. I wish that the game was more skillful, and if you drove well, you'd be rewarded for it. In general, that doesn't seem to be the case with that game, being someone who's played quite a lot of these over the years. But maybe I'm wrong. I'm no expert. I'm not an esports guy into freaking Mario Kart. But it made me rage. It made me go crazy because I want a skillful game. I want a game where I'm driving well, I get rewarded for it, not punished because someone had a godlike item and bypasses me at the last minute.
So a lot of people in my chat are saying that you're right. I'll be honest, they are. I mean, I bought Mario Kart, I never played it. So I'm not even really sure. So yeah, those are like, but okay, so I guess I was right at least about all those. And I do think that, I mean, the asking for money thing, definitely you do it a lot. I definitely think you do it a lot. But, you know, it's like that's the way somebody's going to do their stream. I mean, fuck, like, that's not my problem, right?
Here's the question.
Okay, go ahead.
Here's the question. Your honest answer to this.
I'll give you an honest answer.
You've seen the clips of how I ask for contributions
Yes.
on my streams and everything. I've just told you, in general, more often than not, I actually hit these goals.
Yeah.
Okay? So if I have an audience that comes to my stream every day, enjoys the content enough to support it, doesn't mind the asking like that, is there a problem?
Well, I mean, I think that you're introducing a bit of a fallacy there, aren't you? Because there are a lot of people that also don't like it. So you're kind of comparing it to an unknown. So, like, if you're not doing it and you're not asking for the money, there's not really a control group that you can look at and say, okay, well, with me doing this, I'm making this much money, but if I stopped doing it, I would make a different amount of money.
So I already told you that I tried that.
Well,
I did.
I mean,
I
for a
had a day where I
day,
did not
right?
ask, and I made $30.
I mean, would you really say that doing it for a day would be a good point to kind of I mean, is that really, like, I mean, I get it, it's something, right? But, like, in a general sense, I feel like, and also, I mean, do you think that it's worth the negative sentiment and negativity where people have this perception of you of, like, being a beggar? And, like, because it's hard to measure the negative effect of that because you don't know how many people choose not to watch because of something like that, right? So it's very hard for you to come, like, not you, but, like, for a person to come to a conclusion with that answer because it's just impossible to know. That's what I would say.
Okay. Now, in regards to what you're saying here, okay, you're saying basically maybe if I didn't ever ask for contributions, I'd actually get more viewers or whatever.
I think it would, yeah.
But here's the thing, and this is, I've been there, maybe, I know you have detractors too, I just don't know.
Every streamer has detractors. Yeah.
Right. For me, okay, if I, right now, cold turkey, said to my audience, guess what, guys, I'm never going to ask for a contribution ever again. All right? And I literally did it, and I never did it. That moment, my detractors would move on to another thing that they don't like about me, and that would become the next meme. And the reason that I know that, they've already done it tons of times.
Like with the wrestling game.
That was a thing for a big time. It is still a thing. Now, because last year I admitted to it, it's in the past, now it's the begging. That's the new thing. So now the begging is the problem. But what about all the other streamers who ask for contributions? Oh, that's fine. But because DSP does it, it's not good. Right? Just because of me, because I'm doing it. Anyone else can do it, it's fine. You can have entire people who are based on doing things on their streams that you think are immoral or whatever, that's okay. But if DSP asks for contributions from active viewers who like the content, that's not acceptable. So, if I were to not do that, it would just be another thing and another thing. And that's the thing. I don't care, and this may be really shocking to people, I don't care about people who don't like me.
Understandable. I mean, I'm the same way. I have a lot of people that don't like me, and you've just got to deal with it. Yeah, no, I get it.
I'm not here to appease these people, because these people are never going to come to my stream and support the content. They don't care. They're just there to either make fun of me or make a buck by making fun of me. So therefore, why do I give a shit what they say? I'm doing good. I'm hitting my goals. I'm doing well for myself. Why do I care that someone says that I beg too much? My audience doesn't. So why do I care? If my audience outright said to me right now, Phil, you're going overboard. This is ridiculous. And they have done that, to be fair.
And did you dial it back?
Yeah, course correct,
Okay.
right? You got to adjust on the fly. You got to listen
Yeah.
to that constructive criticism, and you have to adjust. You can't just keep doing the wrong thing, because if I was doing the wrong thing, I wouldn't be successful.
Uh-huh.
But I am. I'm hitting my goals. I'm doing well. Like I said, this is one of the best years, probably the best year in 10 years that I've had. How am I doing something wrong? You know? I'm making do the only way that I can. You know, like we just talked about some other people. We talked about Boogie and Wink.
Yeah.
They found success by actually kind of stepping away from their individual content and doing a whole locale focused show.
Yeah.
They basically made a public spectacle of themselves. They embarrassed themselves to make money, and it worked. You know, Wings has actually outright said, dude, I made money like a doctor, now I have money in the bank, so I don't have to worry so much about my normal stream. I don't ever want to
Good for him.
I want to just good, exactly.
Yeah.
I had him on the show about a month ago, and
Uh-huh.
I commended him. I said, sir, you need praise for that, because I couldn't do that. I'm the kind of guy, if I was put in that situation because I was offered to be on that show,
Yeah.
I can't, like, it would drive me nuts. I would hate myself. I would hate the content I'm putting out. And I would feel like I'm a detriment to human existence because I put out crap. I put out slop. I put out this drama content that is just doesn't add anything.
Well, how do you feel about my content?
I don't know. I legit, to be honest with you, don't watch your content. So I don't know to what extent it is. I've heard that when you react to stuff, you laugh at it more than, like, you're not, when you watch a detractor video of mine, you're not being like, wow, Phil's a piece of garbage and a piece of shit and fuck that guy. You don't do that. You just kind of laugh at me and say, he sucks at the game or whatever, and you move on to the next.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a problem with that. I don't. As long as it's not coming across with the wrong impression. And sadly, when you say things like, well, Phil's banned from Twitch. No, I'm not.
So you never have been banned from Twitch?
No, I've had those like little quick suspensions.
Okay, so you've been suspended from Twitch, but you've never been permanently banned? And you closed the account, so like theoretically you could open your account right now and stream on Twitch if you chose to?
That's right.
Okay. And you just don't do that because you just don't think it's lucrative or for whatever other reason? Because you can't make any money because you got kicked out of the partner program?
Not even that, because I could reapply and probably get back in.
Yeah.
But number one, once you've been treated like that, why go back to that situation? I'm good on YouTube. I'm doing good on Kick. Why would I go to a situation where at a moment's notice, someone's going to say I did something I didn't do and then shut me down again, right?
Sure.
But in addition, I do have a philosophical problem with Twitch. I do.
Oh.
Like, I've seen over the years.
What do you think about
how
Twitch?
this website?
Yeah.
Sure. When I started streaming on Twitch, Twitch was for gamers. Twitch was supposed to be a place where this is the place if you're a gamer to be. It's a gaming culture, stream game playthroughs and all of that. And then during the time that I was there, which was around 5 years, I saw this place go to this sharp decline of make money no matter what. Doesn't matter what kind of content it is. Doesn't matter if it's degenerate, slutty content.
Yeah.
You know, the people who are doing sexualized acts on stream, and they're on the main page of Twitch. A kid could see that.
Yeah.
And that's what's being pushed on the main page of Twitch. And I see this, I see unfair treatment of streamers on Twitch, where one streamer says and does one thing and is treated incredibly harshly by their team, and another person literally says and does the same thing or worse, slap on the wrist, or absolutely no repercussions whatsoever.
Yeah.
I don't stand for that at all. That actually gets me so much. I would never stand to make content on a platform like that that's going to not be fair. Okay, I'm sorry, I can't. I feel like I was mistreated in 2021. They are coming down on me, saying that I'm a hateful person, hateful content. What content? Tell me what I did to spurn this reaction. We don't have to legally. Well, then I don't have to use your business.
Fucking based, honestly. Like, I'm gonna be real. Have you seen some of the recent Twitch controversies?
Indeed I have. Yes, I do still follow some of them.
Did he shock the dog or not?
It appears he did. I don't know if he did, but it appears he did.
All right, that settles it. Let me think if there's any more of them that have happened recently. I think that Twitch, so you don't like how Twitch has turned into kind of like a kind of social, because like, I mean, to be honest, they've nerfed the e-girls a lot. Like all those girls that used to be in like pools and, you know, like selling bath water and stuff. Like, I don't know. Yeah, I know her. Yeah, for sure. That was Asian Bunny and Amaranth. I know. And, yeah, they did very well. And so, but now they've been massively nerfed, and you hardly see any of those people doing any well at all. I don't really hardly see them at all. And so Twitch, I think that they kind of got rid of that with a lot of the cases, but you kind of have an ideological problem against Twitch, basically, right?
Absolutely. Like, again, why are the streamers on Twitch that say and do things that you expect cancelable? That's actually really bad what they're saying. They're calling action against a group of people or whatever.
Yeah.
And then someone else says something way tamer. Oh, suspension. How is that fair? I just don't understand.
I've been wondering that for a long time.
Yeah. They have a select group of people that they like. And they have a select group of people they don't like.
I'm aware of that.
It's that simple.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty bad. I mean, do you see a world where you would ever go back to Twitch? Like, would they have to apologize to you? Like, what do you think it would take?
There is a way that I would go back to Twitch.
Uh-huh.
If Dan Clancy stepped down and there was new management, then I would go back to Twitch.
Wow.
That's about it.
So you want that guy gone?
I have no confidence in the people who are running that business that they're doing the right things or will ever change for the better. Like, take a look at the reaction to what happened to TwitchCon, right? They essentially have someone there who really doesn't want to be there, but they say, well, you got to kind of be there for the contract. Where's the security? Where is the attention to care for these people who you're making be there because they're your talent?
Yeah.
And then what actually have they done in response to what happened to TwitchCon?
Well, they lied about it.
Apology.
Yeah.
Exactly. First they lied. You're right. They lied. It didn't happen like that. Or then they double back. Oh, no. Then there's an apology. Now, didn't this just happen a day or two ago? We did $100,000 donation. Okay, great. But what did you do to solve the problem? Who cares what money you gave? Did you actually change your culture, change the security? I don't care what money you threw because you have big dollars. Fix the fucking problem. Then maybe people will be happy. Why do you avoid the problem? People call them out for this shit all the time, and they don't actually address the problems. So I'm not going to go back. Twitch, here's really what irks me, okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
On Twitch, I'm a gamer. I want to stream at good quality. Twitch kept coming to my streams telling me my bitrate's too high. I said, I'm streaming 720p, and it's choppy. Oh, my bitrate's too high. What the fuck?
Oh, because you got taken out of the partner program, so you had the shitty bitrate.
Well, this was actually before this. This was before there was bit rates based on that. It was just, in general, everyone had the same criteria. So then you would go over to a bigger streamer, they're streaming 1080p, high-ass bitrate, no one complains about them, but they come and they yell at me.
Yeah.
Now, recently, I believe, you can probably confirm this, is it true that Twitch finally started increasing their bitrate criteria so you could stream at better quality?
I think that they have it to be like, they guarantee an 8K bitrate, but beyond that, it's like you can stream at a higher quality, but they don't guarantee that it will actually like kind of go through. I mean, you know, probably better than I do, like YouTube bitrate is way better, right? I mean, you can stream at like 15K bitrate, 12K bitrate, and at that point you're hitting diminishing returns anyway, so like that's more than enough.
So, the reason I bring this up, Twitch is supposed to be a site that was around gaming community.
Sure.
They were the worst fucking bitrate for the longest time, so if you stream games on there, they look like ads. So, it was contradictory to what their whole philosophy supposedly was. If I go to YouTube, I can do twice the quality for my audience.
Yep.
Why am I staying on Twitch? It's ass backwards the way they think. And they dodge every issue. They push the issue to the side. We're so sorry that happened. Here's a donation. Did you fix the issue?
Yeah.
Here's a donation. Fuck you, man. I'm not going back there.
So you're just not going to put up with that bullshit. You don't want to deal with that anymore. You're beyond that. That's another point in your life.
I don't need to be walking on eggshells every moment I'm streaming that some idiot mass reported me for something I didn't do and now they're going to suspend me or kick me out of it. Fuck that. I'm done with that.
Yeah, I mean, I remember I streamed Final Fantasy 16 and my bitrate was so bad you could barely even see what was happening. And it was insane. Yeah, like it was like you were playing it on like a Nokia phone or something like that. So yeah, it was just dog shit. I mean, I get it. I totally understand it. Do you mind if I take a second? I gotta use the bathroom.
Go for it.
Okay, all right.
All right. Is he gone? All right, so now I'm going to tell you all what I really think about ad control behind his back. I'm just kidding. But for real, I just want everyone watching, thank you for watching. I mean, apparently there's great viewership. I don't know. My stream has great viewership. I'm sure Asmon's has pretty good viewership. And the fact that you
Computer
guys are actually
components
talking to
emit
him
heat
about
due to
getting
resistance
on
as the
in the last
electrical
week,
current
really
passes
nice of everyone
through.
to actually try to give me
Without
a chance
cooling,
to talk.
this
I hope
heat
you guys
raises the
enjoyed
temperature of
conversation.
each component
Again,
and the
whether you
overall
like me or
case,
hate me, it's all good.
potentially causing
Really, it's all
malfunctions
good.
or damage.
You know, I just want to do
This
my own
is
thing.
especially
I just want to be
critical
left
for
alone. I don't want to do this
CPUs.
loud house circle bullshit.
Despite
that people
efforts by
do every
Intel
day.
and
And I
AMD
hope
to
that you'll
improve
check
thermal
out my channel
efficiency,
if you're
all
interested. If you're not,
CPUs
it's all
need
good.
cooling to maintain safe operating
guys like it.
temperatures. Note, other components,
My
like memory
stream
modules and
says
graphics
that's
adapters,
going good.
also
But I don't
require
know in
cooling
general what
solutions.
everyone actually thinks. I can only see what my stream chat says. They're having a good time, it seems. So there's 41,000 people watching on Asmongold's stream right now. Just slightly
Is that
more
it?
viewership than I used
Yeah,
to.
is that it? Only
That's it.
41,000. Wow,
Dude,
bro, like you're falling off.
Slightly bigger than me. Just a
Yeah,
little,
yeah.
Okay?
I mean, the thing is, Twitch has been dying too. Like the viewership and popularity of the platform has gone down massively. So yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe you're right. Maybe you are right to jump ship, and you're on another platform now, and you're doing relatively well. So you're financially stable. Everything's. Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
You were talking about Twitch earlier, that you think
Yes.
it's very profitable to be on Twitch.
Of
correct?
course.
But why do you say that? Because when I was on Twitch, I'm not exaggerating now, I made less for each sub I got. The bits, I guess you get 100% of the bits that they throw you, right? That's true. You do get all the bits.
Technically.
But the membership, or the subs, definitely you made half, right? You get half of a sub. On YouTube you make more. On Kick you make way more. I don't know why you're saying that it's so much more lucrative to stream on Twitch, because I never experienced that. From my experience, maybe it's changed, but I didn't experience that. That's another reason why I don't see why I would go back. I don't see the big financial boom that I would get.
Well, I mean, for me, back in the day, like with the amount of money, like on my main channel, like we were. I mean, I can just say it, right? I was making on Twitch like a couple few hundred thousand dollars a month, right? And so yeah, it was a lot of money. And so that was like really not even running ads or anything like that. But and like that's if you do run ads and you know you have people watching, etc. But like it has gone down massively. Like they basically just took a zero off of my earnings, and you know I changed my channel, etc. Right? But like you're right that Kick pays a lot better. So yeah, you've got the Kick partner program as well, which does extremely well. So
I got a question for you
go
about
ahead.
that too.
Yes.
Do you think Kick is sustainable and they can keep doing what they're doing? Because man, they are paying well, and I don't know how they're doing it.
Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious how they're doing it. They're using Kick as a loss leader for stake, and then they're paying for it by the losses that people lose in gambling. That's how they're doing it. We're getting paid from people that are too stupid to figure out math and play slots. That's how it happens. That's what's happening. Yeah. I mean, that's the way it goes, right? I mean, it's a redistribution of wealth. You don't know how to do math? It's too bad.
I'm just curious how long it's going to keep up. If it is a lost leader, you know, what's the benefit there for them to keep it going? Do they think it's going to blow up eventually and be the place that will be profitable? Or, you know?
I think that there's probably, so like my expectation, and this is what they've said publicly, is that there are some people that maliciously use the Kick incentive program, and in doing so, they will probably kind of remove some people out of it that are, you know, like taking advantage of it or view botting in order to get a higher ratio of payment. And, you know, you saw recently people complaining about that. Is it sustainable? Oh, here's the thing, right? Is that in the Bible, they're talking about gambling, and we still have gambling. It's not going away. Yeah, it's not going away. We're not going.
Fair enough point.
Yeah, I mean, because for a long time, I was very, very against gambling. And now I don't give a shit. I mean, I've lost the battle. I've lost the war. Like, I don't gamble. I'm not really a big gambling guy. But a lot of other people love to do it. And if they want to do it and then I get paid for it, that sounds pretty good to me. And you're getting paid for it too.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm in the KCIP program. I'm getting the ridiculous amount of revenue from each sub over there.
Yeah.
And now there's Kicks. So, you know, yeah, I'm making bank on it too, to be honest. If people say to me, why am I on Kick? I only get like 1/3 of the amount of viewership on Kick that I do on YouTube. I'm like,
you probably still make a lot of money on there, right?
Yeah, it's paying decent. You know, it's less of a hassle. Even though there's a lot of trolls and stuff that I get on there, it doesn't bother me. Let them talk over there, and hey, I'm making the money. Who cares? Right?
Yeah. No, that's my opinion on Kick. I mean, like I've thought about streaming on YouTube as well. Like, I might talk to them about, like, trying to, like, kind of make it better, especially with, like, the DMCA things that happen and, you know, the auto takedowns. And if they were able to do that and lock that down, I'd probably stream on YouTube also. So, it just really kind of depends. But, yeah, I mean, do you have any other questions for me? Because I've asked you a lot.
Yeah, honestly,
Go ahead.
I don't have much like targeted to you. Like,
Yeah.
I know you're a gamer. You're a gamer
Right.
like me. Dude.
I am.
And so we have a lot. I think we do have a lot in common, just probably not specific to certain genres of game. But like, to pick your brain, like this year with gaming, how do you think gaming was this year in general? Do you think it was a great year for games? Like I know, I guess you had reacted to the Game Awards.
I did.
In general, what did you think? Do you think these are good games this year that got
Two
in it,
different
or
types of
do you
heat
think that
sinks
we're on a
exist.
downward trend? What do you
Passive
think
and
there?
active.
I think that gaming
Memory
right now
modules
is better
use
than it
passive
ever
heat
has been
sinks,
because there are
which are
less
also
barriers
called
to
heat
entry for
spreaders.
people to publish and
They
release
do not
video
have a
games
pen because they
without
rely
having
on
to go
increased
through a
surface
publisher,
area and
a
passive air
console,
movement to
or
cool
any
them.
sort of a
Active heat sinks are
like
used by
gatekeeping
components that
system.
generate
So
more
all
heat,
you really need to
such
do
as
is
CPUs,
just be able to
high-end
make a
video
video
cards,
game and
and
release
some
it on
motherboard
Steam.
chipsets with
So you've had
integrated
games like
graphics,
Megabonk, for
and
example.
typically
Did you
use
play
a
Megabonk?
fan.
I
An
did not
active
play
heat sink
Megabonk.
can be made of a
Yeah.
copper or aluminum block with
it's a
fins
good
that
game, right?
increase
And
surface
so like,
area
there's a
for
lot of
better
games like
cooling
that.
of the
There's
component
games
by
like
using a
Ball Pit,
fan to
which
create
wasn't really
forced
an
air
indie game. It
convection.
was published, but
It is
you know, it was
attached
made
to
by
the
an
CPU
individual
chip
guy.
using thermal
And
paste slash pad
there are
to
a lot of
eliminate air
instances
gaps
where I
and
actually
ensure
think that,
efficient
like, did
heat
you
transfer.
play Expedition 33?
Thermal pads, which
Oh, yes.
soften when
Did
heated,
you-
are easier
what do
to
you
apply
think
but
is
may
Game
be
of the
less
Year?
reliable than thermal paste.
Okay, I
CPU
don't
heat
want to
sink and
spoil
fan
it, because I
assembly
do
image
have my own
copyright
Game of the Year awards at the end of the year, so I don't
123rf.com
wanna spoil my
CPU heat
audience.
sinks